let's get started with what happened to Side 13. I've been told by Howard right now it's 2 hours long, and I've also been told on Reddit, good luck reading it. And I think I had an SCP that was near 2 hours long that I read within the stream. So, like I said, won't really change much. I mean, Howard will probably not be able to watch the whole stream. That's fine by me. But I'll power through. I think I'll be fine. So here we go. What happened to Site 13, Henry? That's the big question that we have. Also, let me just check that all the audio stuff is working. Yeah, I have to go in 2 hours. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, I think everything's set to go. Let's get this started. What happened to Site 13? It is very highly rated, so it is a good one. Containment class neutralized. Main office of SCP-1730, primary access to basement levels below the structure. Special containment procedures. A circular perimeter has been established 2 kilometers from SCP-1730, and a quarantine zone has been established 1 kilometer from SCP-1730. Personnel who are to enter SCP-1730 must first undergo Class 7 hazardous contact preparation measures, including the application of a modified Maxwell-hardened hazardous material reinforced airtight suit. The application of these protective measures may only take place at the provisional Site 23 quarantine main gate. Individuals attempting to exit the quarantine area must first submit to thorough decontamination protocols as administered by the quarantine security staff. Individuals failing to meet the quarantine extraction parameters are to be held for further decontamination, or in the event decontamination becomes unfeasible, termination. Okay, it's big. It is also neutralized, so it was a big boy. Big Bend Ranch State Park. I believe that means supposed to be Texas, USA. Containment update. Dangerous biological and cognitive hazardous entity have resulted in high casualties of security rescue teams. Mobile Task Force ZN9 MORAS has been assigned to all current exploration efforts. Containment update. Due to the event detailed in Exploration Log 7, all future exploration of SCP-1730 has been suspended indefinitely pending overseer approval. Containment update the 2nd 3rd 2016. Due to information gathered by Foundation surveillance teams, exploration and recovery efforts into Site 13 are no longer indefinitely suspended. Details will be available on a need-to-know basis. Assigned Mobile Task Force units will be alerted by the superior officers. Containment update 5th 15th 2017. Mobile Task Force Apollo 3 Game Wardens and Tower 5 Samsara are activated and assigned to exploration of SCP-1730. See Addendum 1730.8 for details. That's the first time that they have a point number instead of a dash. I mean, it's addendum, so it's not SCP-1730.8. It's addendum 0.8. Containment update 6th 22nd 2017. Due to the events detailed in Addendum 1730.9, SCP-1730 has been reclassified as neutralized. Additional research efforts are ongoing. Debriefing reports will become available as they are declassified. Description: SCP-1730 was a large complex of structures 15 kilometers northwest of the U.S.-Mexico border within Big Bend Ranch State Park that was discovered on June 5th. Due to the isolated nature of the complex and a low survival rate of the individuals who come in contact with it, it's possible that SCP-1730 had been previously discovered but unreported. Because somebody might have be like, oh, this is a weird thing, and then just vanished. Typical like nobody alive to tell the tale type of thing. SCP-1730 bore identifying markings and contained documents to support the claim that SCP-1730 was at one point Foundation Site 13, originally located near near Nome, Alaska. This conflicted with extant records which showed that Site 13 was a project that, while intended to be constructed in Alaska, was scrapped for the later and more advanced Site 19 and was never completed. Flora located on site was identified as native to the Alaskan region. How SCP-1730 came to the to be at its location prior to neutralization is unknown. SCP-1730 was, upon discovery, in a severe state of disrepair, and appeared to have been left abandoned for an extended period of time. The site power generator had continued to operate in a damaged state despite a number of fuel leaks and fires throughout the facility. This resulted in intermittent power failures throughout the site, hindering exploration and rescue efforts. And we have a power station picture, which we're going to look at a little bit closer. Yeah, looks like a power station. The origin of SCP-1730 is still unknown, as the nature of many of the anomalous entities contained within. And here's a footnote. Oh. See addendum point 10 for more information. Yeah, it's a pretty messed up place. Yeah, it does not sound good. It does not sound... That's like an abandoned place that like people would love to just go and hang out. And if anybody would tell me, hey, you want to go to the abandoned power station? I'd be like, no. And you never ask me something like that ever again. It is confirmed that the 2nd through 15th basement levels were utilized for entity containment, though the state of that containment had deteriorated significantly. While records indicate that these floors were utilized for containment of entities, it is uncertain how far down the facility actually extended. It is interesting that they have Site 19 but no Site 13 though. I mean, it makes kind of sense, right? Since 13 is considered like an unlucky number. Depending on which, which culture you ask, or which beliefs you have. Number 13 being unlucky number, and then you just kind of like, yeah, we'll leave that out. In a world where anomalies exist and have connections to words or belief systems, maybe having a site based on the number that is known for being unlucky. There's a site 666 though. I mean, yeah. Listen, I'm just speculating here, okay? Whoever made site 666, they just thought like, hey, listen, we skipped 13, might as well add 666. We gotta balance it out. It was believed that a contingent of human survivors existed somewhere deep in the lower basement levels of the facility. This was proven with the discovery of Site 13 survivors. Messages written in English were discovered throughout the site, consisting of warnings such as danger and death here, and other messages such as not my body and bleed. A recurring message, what happened to Site 13, was found in several different locations in the basement. Several logs of data were collected by the remaining function site terminal, the relevant data of which is contained in the addendums below. Worth noting is that the inconsistencies exist between the logs and what has been determined through exploration, including site layout, staff makeup, and contained anomalies. Additionally, all logs are present as they were in the original SCP-1730 documentation prior to the neutralization of the anomaly. But yeah, the log thing makes sense. Yeah. I mean, at the end, as you said, there is a Site 666, so that might be something that they are willing to risk because they are dealing with devil-like things already. But having a whole thing based on luck is probably more worrisome, since the idea or the concept of luck is so much more powerful than a monster. Because they already deal with that. They already like, yeah, we got fucking we got big ones, small ones, fast, slow, heavy, light. So like, I think like with 666, they kind of like, if Satan comes out of it, I mean, then we will deal with him in one way or the other. But unluck is just a concept that you can't contain that shit. It is pretty weird when you realize that they have a 1305 moment though. That's true. That is true. I mean that whole point is like that they want to have somebody decide, right? So it's not like a 50-50. But yeah, if we go by the logic that they think 13 is an unlucky number, then maybe they should not have a 13th member. Oh, okay, here we go. Is there any like? Oh, yeah, I see. I see what's gonna happen here. I see what's happening here. Addendum 1, recovery log, recovered log, access file, S. Okay. Here we go. We're going on an adventure, boys and girls. Charlie Yukon, Side 13 recovery. Lead, CY1. Begin log. We found it. Watched it kill Daly earlier. Crawl right into his mouth, and next thing you know, Daly's got blood leaking out of his ears. Puking it up, shitting it out everywhere. Blood looked funny too. Too dark. It was running out of his hair, like through the follicles. His hair fell out right with it. So something crawled into his mouth. For a moment I thought Daly crawled into something's mouth, which would have been weird. Once it was over, the thing that crawled inside him crawled back out of her body. One of them, can't say which drinks up all this blood like a leech. The other one crawls back inside Daly, and he stands up, turns around, starts coming at us. Body snatchers. I can see that thing inside him when he opens his mouth, so I put a bullet in his face, then another. We emptied our magazines into him. He didn't get up after that. We're not going to be too much longer though. Found another one of these messages down here, you know. Community hazard expunged. Just a matter of time before it starts. We strapped some C4 to it and blew the wall, and I think it's pretty illegible at this point, but it doesn't matter. Jones already went quiet like the others. We shoved him down an elevator shaft earlier, didn't hear the body hit the ground. Think I just heard them start up Thresher, which wish we would have known about that sooner. Oh well. This is not a log that you should end with. Oh well. Shucks. You know, like after all that, you don't really. Yeah. Addendum 2, recovered automated message. The following message was recovered from SCP-1730. Oh golly gee. Emergency warning system. Logs on file indicate that it was transmitted moments prior to major electrical disturbance and 3 minutes before an explosion within the side power relay. General notice, Site 13 has experienced a gross breach of containment systems. Cognito hazards expunged. Has breached containment during testing. On-site nuclear devices non-responsive. Threshold protocol has been activated. Life support system online. Electrical systems offline. Fire control systems offline. Flood control systems offline. Reactor status critical. Euclid class containment status critical. Killer class containment status compromised. Anything I can click in? Oh, okay. Addendum 3, exploration log transcript. And here we have a whole bunch. Yeah, I can see how this is going to take a while, but like I said, should be all good. Initial exploration via log transcript. Uh-oh, you say? Yeah, uh-oh is right. Mobile Task Force D12 Mudslingers. Subject SCP-1730. Team Lead D12 Cap. Team members -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Oh god, I'm gonna have to give them all voices. I'm just gonna give the cap the typical recorders on. Everybody check your mics. Check, 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 and check makes 5. Right, command. You hear us clear? Roger that. Team lead. Alright, keep weapons locked. No idea what we're going to see in there. Yeah, we're set. Let's move in those doors. Team moves into main SCP-1730 structure through the front doors. Those found to be unlocked. Keep your eyes open. Dark in here. Switching lights. Good call. Team switches on shoulder-mounted lights. Something written on the wall over there. Yeah, here too. What you got? Get below and don't look at the walls next to it. A little late for that. What about you two? What did we do? You see that command? Yes. Alright, let's move out. Service elevator over there, 5. Check if it has power. Yep, this will work. Let's see how far it will take us then. Team enters service elevator. Video indicates lit control panel with various floor buttons. D12 cap hits button labeled beat 3. And away we go. Elevator descends briefly, stops upon reaching the 3rd basement level. Door opens to reveal a dark hallway. A single light is on at the bend in the hallway, roughly 50 meters from the elevator. Okay, let's clear this level first, and then we can go from there. 1 and 3, take that hallway there. Myself and 4 can check the rooms in this hallway, and 2 and 5 stay here. Make sure our elevator sticks around. Team splits up. D1 and D3 move towards the light at the end of the hallway. Cap begins checking rooms on the left side of the hallway. D4 checks the right side. Rooms are filthy. What is this? Yeah, I see it too. Is it mud? Feels like it. Some kind of sludge. Smells metallic. Pulls test tube from belt. I'll send this bag up. Side command. Let you guys poke around in it. Acknowledged. Try and keep it out of it as much as you can until we figure out what it is. Sure thing. And here we have an image taken from D5 shoulder mounted camera. Is this like them about to like leave and check out? Yeah, looks like it. Man, these MTF names are super unfair. You get MTFs with super cool names like Shadow Force or Paragon's Warrior or some shit like that. And then these guys are pretty much named shit throwing caveman. Yeah. Listen, whatever your expertise are, bro. If you are unga bunga about tackling a mission, then you won't be the shit throwing caveman. We're at the end of the hallway. Another hallway here. Looks like there's some kind of barricade at the end. Bunch of tables and desks all piled up. Can you approach the barricade? 1. D1 and D3 approach barricade. More of the sludge in this room. Caked on the walls. Found a body. Hang tight. 1. Don't move. I'm coming. 4. Cap enters the room. A visible humanoid body is seen half submerged in the thick black material in a corner. The head and neck are not visible. Yep. Any kind of identification? He's got a spot on his belt for a badge, but it's missing. Looks pulled off. Maybe to unlock the door somewhere. Maybe. Go ahead and proceed. 1. Aye. Cap, more bodies here. The sludge is all over the back of this barricade. Shit, that one moved. And I got something in my eye. Out of all the SCPs to get something in my eye, this one is definitely not the one I need that for. Okay. There's something else in this pile. Get a light on it. Moving your ways, guys. Ah, there. Fuck. Gunshots. Poor guys, we're getting to you. Thing crawled out of the mouth, some kind of snake, I think. A lot of teeth, can't really tell what it is now. Look here, you hit that body, see that? Fuck, it's hollow. Cap and 4 arrive at the barricade. You seeing this, command? Affirmative. Alright, watch for that then, I guess. Weapons hot, if they aren't already. Aye aye. Let's head back to the elevator, see if we can get down the next level. Is that door on? Yeah, I thought so. Let's just do that then. Cap, D1, D3, and D4 move back down the hallway. Wait a second. Didn't this turn left earlier? Sure fucking did. Where's the elevator? 2, 5, you read me? Silence. Oh, here we go. Shut it. Alright. Shit. Command, you read us? Sure do, Captain. You got a read on 205? It should be about 45 meters to your 12. There's a wall here. Looks like it's always been here. Either we're hallucinating or the building is doing something fucky either way. Can you get a hold of either of them? A moment. Side command attempts to communicate with D12, D2 and D5, neither of whom are responsive. No go. Oh shit. Let's find a way up and get out of here then. D12 team proceeds down the hallway. Notable hallway is much longer than any recovered schematic of the site. Got something else on this floor? What's that? Says silence. I'm trying to check this. Is this a containment cell? That's just an office door. This whole floor just looks like offices. Alright then. Get in there. D1 attempts to open door. It's locked. I can't get it open. Knock the door down then. You hear that? 1, 2. It sounds like somebody's shushing. 3. D1 kicks down the door. Video records 3 frames of naked human with what appears to be fire burning out of his ears, staring fearfully at the door. Fuck! There's an intense white light and the sound of searing meat. All camera lenses are damaged and become non-functional. All microphones except for that 1D3 stop working. It's like a haunted house, basically. You have different versions of different monsters just waiting down there for you. There's no trope as simple but as effective trapping as the layout changes when you're not looking. It sucks because it's like, what do you do? There's also the trope of like, no matter where you go, you end up in the place again. Because like Grave Encounters, the movie did that once, where like you know, you open the door and you end up in a different hallway, like in the same hallway you came from, but from a different way. And you're 100% sure, like, hey, this is not how we came from. But then like in Grave Encounters 2, they also actually managed to get out of the asylum and then go to the hotel elevator, and then the hotel elevator led them back to the mental asylum. So like stuff like that is also terrifying, because like you think to yourself like, what do you do? You either I mean, you're stuck. What happened, Captain? D12 team? Side Command attempts to communicate with Cap for an additional 30 seconds before realizing that D3's mic is still operational. D3, can you hear us? Static. D3, static, and then the sound of slithering. D3, a cry, the sound of choking, this continues for 43 seconds, and then the sound of liquid leaking, then pouring, accompanied by the sound of vomiting. Large red objects can be overheard hitting the floor. A dull, low approaching sound accompanies this. Mic cuts out suddenly. D3? Shit. Oh shit, hi, Side Command. Jesus Christ, what? D2, where are you right now? By the elevator. We assumed the radios had stopped working down here. We're just waiting for them to get back. The rest of the team is compromised. Hang on, we're trying to establish a link to your video. No need for that, it's probably just interference. Can you send a team down here to get us? Hang on, video coming up. Don't. Got it. You mounted cameras on both individuals do not show the hallway they have been standing in, but what looks like a large utility room. Boilers are visible in the near distance, and the wall appears to have been caved in. D2 appears to be hanging upside down, facing D5, both of whom are stark white and unmoving. Their faces are covered in blood that looks to have originated from their mouths, nostrils, and eyes. A large object is seen moving quickly behind D2, accompanied by the sound of slithering from many different sources. D5 opens his eyes. 2 frames later, the video and audio feed cuts out. No additional response are picked up from the D12 team. So yeah, so the D2 and D5 in that moment were they were ventriloquists, puppets for whatever beast it is hiding down there, because like that's why it didn't want the Side Command to activate the video footage or the video, like, you know, transfer. So they find a dude with fire coming out of his ears. I think it's clear what happened to Side 13 now. They found my mixtape. If your mixtape causes people to explode, I think you have to, like, maybe, you know, shut it down. We have log 3 here now. Initial exploration video log transcript. Mobile Task Force Y24, Gulliver's Travelers. SCP-1730, Y24 Cap. So team, that's the lead. And then we have Y24-1 and -2. So that much less people. So maybe I can do a bit more voice acting here. The initial exploration of the main site structure proved too dangerous for an additional attempts without additional resources. The only remaining mobile task force on hand was MTF Y24, a 3-man team who was charged with entering the site power station and assessing the damage. Coming online, video and audio feed for all 3 members comes online simultaneously. Ahead of them is the entrance to the SCP-1730 power station. You can hear us? Affirmative. Good. Anything else we should know? Thermal scans read one of those cores as being superheated, might be on the verge of an explosion. Stay as far away from them as you can. You can use the micro drones if you need to. Don't worry about trying to get back. Right. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's get on. Adrian, I'm going in. Y24 team enters power station. First room appears to be security station. There's our first problem. Doors are locked. And these are pretty solid too. Is that glass bulletproof? Check it. Laugh guess that answers that. Command, we are clear to use explosive in here. Negative. Structure is pretty weak all over. You risk caving yourself in. Well, shit. There's no other way in. Hang on. We have anybody on site with a level 4 clearance card? One that can override breach lockdowns? Dr. Edwards is with a team over at the containment bay. No. It would have to be somebody older. Edwards has only been around like, what, 10 years? Someone who hasn't had the clearance for a long time. Stand by. Director Jameson is currently on assignment at Site 64. That's 3 hours from here. We won't. No, you got the right idea. Get Director Jameson on the phone. Command, ask him what his clearance code was in. When was Site 19 built? 1960? Stand by. 10 minutes pass. Extraneous log removed. Alright, you ready? Go ahead. Redacted. Well, I be damned. Hello, Researcher Jameson. Will you look at that? Well, send the director your regards. Please do. Good work. Let's get in here. The team enters power station main concourse. Can you see the damaged core? No, they all look fine. Let's switch the thermal lens. There it is. Are we missing something? The core looks fine. We need to get closer to it, guys. Right. Releasing microdrone command. Cap releases microdrone. It approaches power station cores and begins to circle them. 12 cores are accounted for, 7 of them in damage beyond repair, 3 have not been brought up to power, and 2 are operating at full capacity. One of the 2 is superheated core, which, aside from its abnormal temperature, shows no other signs of damage. It looks fine. Can you get close to that, Captain? Sure. Y-24 team approaches the superheated core. Temperature readings begin to rise as they grow closer. It's hot enough anyway. What is this shit? It's really thick. Is that sludge? Some kind of waste? Try and avoid that, Captain, can you get a vial of it on a microdrone and send it back out the way you came? Yeah, hang on. Dude, grab one of the... Yeah, you got it. Samples on the way, Command. Thanks. Be careful, guys. Try and get around to the other side of it. I'm over here. Nothing looks... Ah, fuck. Look. Jesus. Y1 camera shows no fewer than 10 human bodies bound to the side of the superheated core with wire. Ugh, that must... Ugh. All of the bodies appear similarly to the bodies found by the D12 team. Stark white blood leaking from all orifices, non-responsive. Something written underneath them. Is that blood? What happened to Site 13? These lines don't run to the main structures. See here? They're running below us. Any kind of identifier? Let me see. Yeah, they're all labeled body pit. They run straight into the ground over there. Holy shit, it's the name of the article. Yeah. Tile drop. It looks like we're going below then. Command, you copy all that? We do. Just received your sample back as well. Going to get the report on that in just a few minutes. Alright, good. Let's get down there. There's a stairwell over here. Y-24 team approaches the stairwell and begin to descend. Lighting is absent in the stairwell and all team members were on their shoulder lights. These doors are all hard locked. Y-24 team descends to the bottom of the stairwell. The door is open. This has been pried open. Looks like somebody was trying to get out? Not in? Not in. Something else written on the wall here. Fuck SCP. That's polite. Team enters the doorway. You smell that? Fuck yeah. That's disgusting. What is it? Whatever is on the other side of this hall, I imagine. What's a blown radiator here, guys? Team, take note that we are losing video feed. Something's interfering with our signal here. Roger that. Audio feed cuts out. Positioning system stays active for a few more moments as Site Command attempts to reconnect with Y-24 team. Intermittent communications are received for an additional 15 minutes. Some of these are human. That's same. It's all over the inside. That black shit smells like iron. Something crawled out. Look. Do you hear? We need to get... There's that over here. Can you see it? Hello? Are you okay? Do you need help? We can... Audio cuts completely. Recovery efforts are halted. No communications are received from the Y-24 team for an additional 24 hours, after which the team is determined to be lost. Yeah. Sample that was returned with the microdrone is revealed to be blood and power core residual runoff mixed with some kind of additional biological matter. Study into the substance is ongoing. This SCP reminds me of an SCP that was all about a cave where shit went wrong and it all like shifted. After 1 week, Y1's video feed becomes active again for 13 seconds. No audio is transmitted, and the video shows a group of humans standing around and looking down at a table. One of the humans turns to look at the camera, and the video cuts. No additional communication are received from the team at any point afterwards. After those two, like this is a log 3, so I would say they must have sent at least 3 teams down there. After that, I would just be done. I'd be like, guys, shit's too wild. Let's not waste any more people's life. And here we go, log 6. Initial exploration of the video log. Exploration team mobile access drone. Subject SCP-1730. Team lead. No. Notes. While waiting for additional resources to arrive at SCP-1730. An unmanned ground-based drone was launched into the main site complex, though the same door that the D-12 team had entered. The planned goal of the mission was to investigate lower floors and attempt to recover information related to the origin of SCP-1730. Begin log. So no voice acting. This one is just a drone. It is a lot of reading though. Drone approaches main office building and enters through front door. A moment is spent observing them writing on the walls in the interior lobby before moving across the service elevator. Drone enters elevator and turns to the floor selection. There are selections for 5 floors above the ground level and 15 below. Drone moves to select B15 level. Elevator begins to descend. After 7 floors, elevator suddenly stops after a few moments of time. It is determined that this is due to an intermittent power failure. Drone uses suitability utility to open the forward-facing elevator door. The open elevator shaft is visible, and the drone is unable to determine the depth of the shaft. Using its winch, the drone descends below the stopped elevator to the first available floor. After prying open the door, the drone swings into the opening and retracts the winch. This drone fucking got some strength to it. A sign on the wall just inside the doorway indicates that this is the 8th basement level and that it is a Euclid class containment wing. Light on this floor remain dark. The drone is instructed to move down the main hallway and look for a suitable area to descend to the next floor. Drone moves towards a side hallway and is instructed to explore down it. It is noted that a number of messages are written on the walls, including "Don't look at the walls" and "Kill the quiet ones." After inspecting a number of rooms and finding them to only be empty offices, the drone returns to the main hallway. Drone sees movement upon seeing a large, vaguely humanoid entity standing near the end of the hallway. See exploration file. Yeah, this bad boy. Yeah, I did look at it. I assume it's this thing on the left here. This entity appears to glide slowly down the hallway, seemingly not noticing the drone. After it passes, the drone is instructed to follow the entity. This is just Outlast with a lot more different. It's Silent Hill Outlast, basically. Entity enters a maintenance closet near the end of the initial hallway. Drone observes as entity extends a long arm from beneath its outer layer and touches the floor. Upon further observation, the entity is known to have picked up some of the thick, dark material previously identified as blood and power station runoff with what is identified as its primary finger appendage. Entity then begins to make slow movements towards the wall behind it. This is obscure from the drone's view. Yeah, he does look like Pyramid Head in Bathrobe. So he also reminds me, I know there's a character that has like a very like flat shape like that. I forgot what character it is though. The entity ceases movement and slowly turns to leave the room. The drone is instructed to move towards the wall and take note of any changes. It is noted that the entity left behind a number of unique symbols such as Cognito hazard expunged. The drone takes place takes several flash. I guess read that again. The drone takes several flash photographs of these symbols and transmits them back to Site Command. Drone is then instructed to continue to follow the large entity. However, the entity has disappeared from the hallway. It is noted that the entity left no apparent footprints, even in the thick materials covering parts of the floor. Drone is instructed to continue on regardless. And here we have a cognitive hazard has been expunged, which, yeah, I mean, I assume that's one of the writings that could potentially affect you, huh? Drone reaches what appears to be a series of several containment cells. The first cell is open. A placard on the side of the doorway reads Entity 324, scheduled for terminating 12/13/1975. The drone enters the doorway and observes a spacious containment cell. Thick rubber padding is all along the walls. The drone notices a human form in the corner of the room, covered in thick, dark sludge. As the drone approaches the form, small sparks fire from its fingertips. Small sparks fire from its fingertips towards the drone. The drone takes several photographs and leaves. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb your sleep. The next three cells are all empty with no placards. The fourth cell is closed and placard is smashed. Drone is instructed to attempt to open the door with its cutting torch. After a few moments, it is able to do so. The drone enters the room. In the corner of the room is the emaciated body of a human female, roughly aged at 34 years. The body shows no sign of life. A chain is seen around the neck, descending into the shirt. Notable is a lack of sludge within the cell, possible as a result of the inhabitant closing the door and locking it from the interior. The drone searches the corpse for an identifying badge and finds one. The name reads Jack Bright. Bright? D Bright? The drone is then instructed to search the next chain, but the chain is discovered to be broken. The drone then leaves the room. The drone traverses a short way until it finds a stairwell. The drone descends to the next floor, assigned by the door reads 5th floor. The drone turns to view the stairwell it had previously descended from, but finds it non-existent. After some short discussion at the Site Command, the drone is instructed to enter the doorway. Well, he ain't going so too hard. Yeah, he did. No, he did. He did. The drone enters into a large, spacious office floor lit by sunlight. Several terminals are nearby, though all of them have been destroyed. The drone approaches the least damaged terminal and attempts to power it on. The terminal does not power on, though. Whether this is due to power outage or damage to the machine is unknown. The drone maneuvers across the room. Papers litter the floor, and many look to have been burned or shredded. The drone reaches a terminal labeled M. Hadley, which appears mostly undamaged, and attempts to power it on. The terminal powers on, and the drone then attempts to connect with the computer. The computer is running the same foundation-based system as the current model, albeit a number of generations older. The drone is instructed to transmit every file it is capable of accessing to Site Command. The drone begins to do this. Note: at this point in the operation, Site Command lost contact with the drone. Several members of the operation team suddenly show symptoms of some kind of anomalous influence, growing silent and beginning to burn from their ears. Oh shit. One of us. At the onset of symptoms, any sound will trigger what appears to be a silent explosion that shocks Site Command and destroy most of its communicative equipment. So the guy we saw before only exploded because like sound seems to trigger the explosion. Interesting that this is a DJ Cactus article and he hasn't swapped Bright with Alice Shaw yet. Who knows? Maybe he will. It was later discovered that the only individuals influenced by this were lost were those who had viewed the symbols created by a large entity in the basement storage closet. Further examination. Is itchy. Further examination by Foundation Cognito Hazard specialists and screening technology ascertained that the symbols themselves were a sort of pyroclastic cognito hazard. Any individual becoming aware of the symbols would inevitably come to the effect of the hazard, making any additional exploration of the site hazardous. The drone was left unattended for several days thereafter, though it did not complete its task of transmitting the terminal contents. The contents of the search can be accessed in Addendum 5. Attempts to reconnect with the drone were unsuccessful, and drone surveillance of the site from outside of the building showed that all of the floors above ground level in the primary structure were entirely empty. The drone was not located. Initial exploration video log transcript. Mobile Task Force Z9 Mole Rats. Okay, since it has a shit ton of characters again, I'm not going to voice act too much except the captain. Maybe even the sub, but it's Z9 Captain. Due to high casualties sustained by previous exploration attempts, it was decided that the team experienced in exploration of anomalous structures would be called into continuing operations at SCP-1730. Due to that end, MTF-Z9 Mole Rats was assigned to SCP-1730. The team consisted of 5 explorative members and 1 support member would stay at Site Command and monitor fluctuations in local reality. Begin log, okay. We're online. Let us know when we got a link support. Coming up now, I'm loading your display with what should be a pretty accurate map of what you should see in there, but don't be on it, right? Don't bet on it, right? Like always, it's fully possible there's a type green in there, alongside the other nasties. Oh, alright, Command. What's the worst of it? There's at least one hazardous entity writing hazards on the walls. The display should be able to filter out any and all messages written on the wall, so we don't take any chances. As for the rest, it's a containment site. Awesome. Oh, there you have it, guys. Load up. Let's get in there. Yes, ma'am. Oh, it's a ma'am. Okay. There you have it, guys. Load up. Let's get in there. There we go. Just sitting a little bit different. Yes, ma'am. The E9 team enters the main structure but search the upper floors first. As observed by the flying drones, the floor are empties. There's no sign of the previous exploration drone. We're clean here. How are we looking, support? Holding steady, Captain. Nothing out of the ordinary. Please tell 4 that he needs to adjust his channel frequency. I'm having trouble connecting to that module. Will do. 4, check your frequency. You're falling out. Team descends to main level after ascertaining the functionality of the hazard blocking display. The team moves towards a descending stairwell instead of the service elevator. Going down now, starting to see some of that sludge. Any idea where it comes from? Part of the mixture is a power station runoff, but it's mostly blood and some other biological residue, like pus. As for where it comes from, your guess is as good as ours. Guess that's what we're here to find out. That's the one. This stuff doesn't stink like you think it would. It just smells like pennies. Tighten up, all. We're going to the dark. Team descends several levels until they reach the 6th basement level marked as Euclid containment wing. Z Captain Cap motions to enter the floor. A lot of bodies in here, Cap. I see him. Not all human, are they? Nope, they all got that look. They all got a look to them though from the briefing. Blood on their faces. Stay alert, guys. Stay alert, guys. Copy that. Let's keep moving. Team moves forward for a short time, investigating the mostly empty floors. Suddenly, a rumbling is heard. All team members stop and wait for the next noise to end. There's a crash and C4 shouts. So, what was that? Came from below you. Notice any structural damage? Sure fucking did. Floor collapsed under Randall. He's down below us. I can see him. Four, you read me? Yeah, Cap, I'm alright, but my leg is pretty fucked. I don't know if I can get up. Alright, stay there. We're going to get you down. We're going to get down to you. There you stay. 3, you stay here with Randall. 1, 2, move with me. Let's find the stairway down. Captain, something fluctuating below you. You copy? The Z-Cap does not respond. Side Command also attempts to communicate with C9 team and fails to do so. Communication continues to be transmitted from the team. Where are they? Should be on the way. This should be oh, never mind. Shit. Oh wait. I think I read this one, but hey, because I remember like reading something about pipes as well. Well, they should be on the way. Anyway, you can get down here, not without breaking my legs for sure. I think I can hear something down there, down here. I can't hear anything. It's probably just the pipes, fucking pipes. So what is this? Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, we don't have to read this. From Z4's perspective, the floor is shrouded in darkness beyond 4 meters. The only illumination is coming from the floor above. No, it's definitely something. It's... Fuck, Brett, it's living. There's something down here. Hang on, mate. Cap, you read me? No response. Cap. 1, 2. Anybody? God damn it. Brett, shit, it's right here. I can hear it to something off screen. Get the fuck away from me, you slimy asshole. Gunshots. I said get the fuck back! Don't shoot anything, Randall. You'll... C4 cries out. Z3's camera observes that what appears to be a black leech-like creature, approximately the length of and width of an adult human arm. Ugh. Moving slowly towards Z9. Z9 continues to fire wildly, causing Z3 to run behind the opening in the floor for cover. Suddenly the gunfire stops and Z3 looks back over the edge. Randall, Jesus fuck, the creature has now entered Z4's open mouth and is slowing down. It's moving slowly down his throat. Z4's mic picked up muffled cries and low grinding noise, like chewing. The C3 aims his weapon at the creature and fires, missing it when C4 twitches. He fires again, striking C4 in the arm. Oh fuck, oh fuck. Oh, Captain, permission to fire on Randall. No response. God damn it. Captain, permission to fire on 4. No response. Fuck Randall, I'm... Please. C3 raises a weapon and fires at C4. There's another rumble on the ground beneath. C3 gives way. Oh shit, now it's his turn. Now it's his turn, Henry. C3 falls into the concrete below and is crushed by additional falling debris. C3 camera and microphone disconnected. C4's microphone continues to pick up C4's choking and vomiting for an additional 5 minutes, after which C4 grows silent. Another leech creature emerges from his mouth and it disappears. C4 stands and picks up C3's weapon. C4's camera disconnects. Note, at this point, Z9 team was in full disconnect. 2 members were assumed KIA while the other 3 were not accounted for. After 3 hours of non-communication, Side Command contacted Overwatch Command to request a full stop to all explorative efforts into SCP-1730 while waiting for a response. once microphone came back online. You didn't look, did you? Yeah, we need a cap. It was over there against that wall. It's not there anymore. I can get it open. We need fucking bullets. I think they're gone, but yeah, but I don't want to wait around for lower. What floors are we on right now anyway? I thought they were only supposed to be 15. Fuck. Alright. L. Randall? Yeah, L. Randall. He probably wished he could have survived, but so it would be the world sometimes in the SCP Foundation. C9 camera suddenly comes online, showing a massive room dimly lit by small flames. Further observation of the footage shows that the small flames all originate from the ears of many humanoids standing quietly around the walls. In the center pit is a large creature that appears to be covered in many smaller creatures. It is barely distinguishable in the low light. Several large pipes of the creature have been cut and draining onto the center of the room. The camera cuts out. What happened to Site 13? This is like the 5th time. I don't fucking know how I'm... Right. Wait. Yeah, I do too. It's coming from over there. This shit is everywhere. Fuck. Look. Open that door. T1 is silent. No, Shh. Stay quiet. We need to get back. We need to get back upstairs. Hey, who's that? C3 mic disconnects. While the entire team once again unresponsive, Site Command ordered an emergency termination of all explorative efforts into SCP-1730 while waiting for confirmation from the O5 Council. 4 hours pass with no response before camera begins transmitting microphone comes online shortly after. I need somebody to massage my neck. Oh, my head. Cause man, God, do I need it. C9 Cap is standing in a very tall room looking at some kind of large and intricate machine. She approaches the machine slowly but wait. She approaches the machine slowly before settling all over some kind of input console with a backlit screen. C9 Cap wipes the dust off at the label just above them. Screen, the world thresher is clearly visible. The word, not the world. That would be a different thing. C9 Cap's hover over the keyboard at the console. Another distant sound can be heard from the microphone, later identified as footsteps. C9 Cap turned quickly to face the darkness behind her. As she turns, her shoulder-mounted light strikes. Something on the machine behind her and goes out. The footage grows closer. The Z9 captain begins to breathe heavily and starts running through the dark side, trips and fails, and the noises begin to close in. No, you fuck you, get. C9 camera disconnects. An additional transmission is received from the Z9 team. Additional. I wonder if these are like. Okay, so we don't have to read that one either. And it's just a mobile task force, isn't it? I'll leave that open for now. And then number 4, recovered data from the power station terminal. So what we have here, image recovered from the power station terminal. Click image to enlarge. That's not relevant, don't worry. Thank you for telling me that. It's always good to have somebody tell me that. I'm gonna stand up a little bit and read. I hope you guys don't mind. Dr. Hadley, as you can see, the power output of the threshold device has been adjusted to your specification. At your command, the reactors will search the full 55 GW required to activate the device. Like I mentioned in our previous correspondence, the tractor will likely not survive this kind of power surge. The core dedicated to the body might given its reinforced construction, but there will be likely significant damage to all the rest. Additionally, and you forgive me for speaking out of place since I'm not assigned to the threshold device, but the device is still mildly unstable. The tests have been encouraging on small subjects, and it might come to be an applicable piece of technology, but at this moment it is only considered a measure of very final attempts. Utilization of the device could make local reality unstable here, as well as whether the device ends up. In other words, I hope you know what you're doing. Best of luck, Engineer 242. We have addendum 5, which has another log here. Dr. Hadley 340. We have received your communication and thank you for taking the time to contact us. We have considered your request, but at this time we cannot approve any transfers. If you are at Site 13, you are there because of your superb level of professionalism and aptitude in your profession, and we cannot afford to have you anywhere else. You may speak to your site pharmacist about an amnestic regimen if you like, but will not allow you to transfer from Site 13. From Site 13? Or into Site 13. I think it's out of Site 13, huh? As for your concerns about Director Emerson mortuary protocol, we understand that your complaints. However, you must understand that anomalies, especially those classified as humanoid, are not human beings. Human beings fall into a very specific category of non-anomalous life forms. Humanoid anomalies may appear to be human, but are simply humanoid. As such, they are not entitled to the rights and privileges afforded to human beings by the Ethics Committee. I think they would argue against it, but sure. Our job as researchers is to identify where anomalies come from, and then to identify how to best utilize those anomalies for the benefit of mankind. Are you sure? I think destroying them is also pretty fine. Doesn't have to be for the benefit of humanity. We are protectors, and we cannot protect unless we know everything there is to know about the threat at hand. Once we have learned what we can learn, we neutralize the threat. If you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to contact our office. Sincerely, Peter Greenwald, SB Foundation Ethics Committee Chair, Global Occult Coalition Ethics Board Head. Well, he got some. What kind of calls you went to get that stuff, huh? Access file 3421 test log. Okay. Test log entity 3421. Administrator D1343. Test purposes to identify class 8 entity ability to bend reality while exposed to dangerous conditions and to Scranton-Mollius inhibitor device. Use of to reanimate entities between tests. It's interesting that they say, especially these classified as humanoid instead of even those classified as humanoids, because it implies that being humanoid makes them even less human than anomalies that are not non-humanoid, like animals or objects. Yeah. No, the Foundation really fluctuates between like understandable and to like, why would you do that? But yeah, that's one of those moments where you're like, interesting thing to like pick out on. Exposure to test 1. Exposure to temperature minus 25 degrees Celsius. Result: entity loses energy because becomes less hostile. Extends exposure. Results in low external temperature and decay of skin layers. Entity expires after 1 hour of sustained exposure. Exposure to temperature 150 degrees Celsius. That is way too hot for anybody to be in. Entity quickly succumbs to heat stroke. Body shown signs of burning across all surfaces. Organ damage as a result of extreme temperature. Entity is unable to change reality to save itself. Test 5, submerged in water. Result: data not found. Notes: water seems to interfere with the Scranton Molyneux device. Exposure to test 13, exposure to electricity. Result: entity unable to save itself, but body no longer salvageable. Entity moved to body pit for reincarnation. Gotcha. This one is 129. Engineer 242 from Engineer 19. Control of hazardous toxins in the reactor core. We're having some trouble controlling the waste backup in the pit. The run is supposed to be piped offside, but keeps getting stuck back on the air intake into the reactor. The stuff is seriously toxic. I don't want to send any of my guys in there to clean up. Either we shut off the reactor long enough to go down there and clean it up all by hand, or we're going to have pretty serious issues in a while. Body pits in any context is pretty whack. Yeah. Ow, my arm. Ooh. You know what I'm gonna do? Be right back. Give me a quick second. Okay. I got myself a ginger shot, which I usually have in the morning. The Waitrose has a ginger shot that I like. It's not this one though. They got this is a different one. And this one has a kick to it. If I drink this, it would definitely give me some kick to stay up. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see if that helps. We're having some trouble controlling the waste back up in the pit. The runoff is supposed to be piped offside, but it keeps getting sucked back up the air intake into the reactor. The stuff is seriously toxic. I don't want to send any of my guys in there to clean it up. Either we shut off the reactor long enough to go down there and clean it up by hand, or we're going to have a pretty serious issues in a while. Termination log. Data not found. Summary of the events. Entity shows unwillingness to submit to further testing, and as such was swiftly terminated by way of electrocution. Entity moved to body pit for incineration. Noting here that additional orders have come in from Director Emerson requesting a full-scale termination of the entire humanoid's wing. Those will be processed at your convenience, and we can begin to empty out those floors. Sincerely, Dr. 790. Unknown log. Cognito hazard expunged. Has shown some tenacity, but will soon break under the mental pressure applied to it by the orators. This is not uncommon. Many entities arriving for the initial inspection will resist exposure to treatment in some way, but it cannot be sustained for the duration of the time here. And it does have a particular interesting effect on Cognito hazard expunged, which leads me to believe that we could repurpose the aspect of the entity by removing the face, neck, upper chest area, and arms and applying it to the Mark 12 using the Cognito hazard expunged. I will send this notice to Dr. 874 post haste and move forward with the project. Sincerely, Dr. 720. Why are the doctors named by numbers here? Exploration, unknown log. Dr. Hadley, engineer 242. They took your blood, leech boy down to the pit today. I made sure to alter his termination records accordingly and made sure that the output is still blocked up. I don't know what you got planned for him, but it's pretty. That pit's pretty noxious now. It's going to be good. It's not going to be good. Hadley letter. Director Emerson, before we get started, let me just say that maybe the people in this world have vastly uncreative naming skills. Maybe. Director Emerson, before we get started, let me just say that the number thing was always bullshit. The number. The moment I say it, somebody's like, "Hey man, why are we calling each other by numbers?" If you want to properly dehumanize your researchers, you put them in the cubicles. The numbers were a joke from the beginning. If you're reading this, then you're left with a decision. What did you think was going to happen throwing the bodies of anomalies into that pit? Did you think that their being alive made them anomalous? Hell, being alive is the least anomalous part of our humanity. I thought you might seen that, but that things have changed. The containment breach was my fault, I won't lie to you. In my research, I had the pleasure of analyzing a young boy. His name was Elijah. He subsisted only on blood, and he could siphon it through others with his mouth, right through their skin, like a leech. He had no mental capacity beyond 2 years, and yet he deserved the same chance to live as the rest of us. He did not choose to be the way he was. Then you decided to have him burned, like the rest of them. Ooh. Here we have what sounds like a Foundation member not agreeing with the way the Foundation does things. Which is an exceptionally rare. Then you just, so I modify his records. The fires of your pit won't have incinerated him, just agitated him. And that sludge that's been building up, I'm glad you cared to get it cleaned up. I'm sure you get that too. It's pretty awful down there. Anyway, your decision, the containment breach was inevitable, and whether it was something that crawled out of the pit that did it, or my hand on a button, makes no difference. You have no choice to make. Either stay your course and certainly be devoured by the creatures you have been torturing for the last 15 years, or activate the thresher device and hope it dumps you out into a more hospitable reality than your own. Either way, our world will be rid of you and your filth, and we'll be better for it. This is your death camp, Elliot. You made your bed, now get to die in it. Sincerely, Hadley. P.S. Amazing how much you can change in just a few years, isn't it? All because you were chasing a promotion. Incredible. I hope it was worth it. Oh yeah, if you decide you want to talk this out, I'll be down in the basement with Elijah. I got a nice warm spot for him to get set up when he arrives. You made sure there will be plenty of blood. Ooh. Some bad blood. Pun not intended, but yeah, bad blood is happening in the Foundation. Addendum 6 received audio transmission. The following audio transmission was picked up on monitoring equipment on the monitoring of February 1st, 2016. The transmission, both speech and an encrypted signal that fall, has been repeated on a continuous loop since it was first detected. The codes of the transmission are accessible below. Okay, let me pause the music. Let me change Google Chrome to the correct voice meter input. There we go. Yes, and let's get started. Let's get started. Oh, hey, nice. You don't have to read this out loud since it's for yeah.
Hello. My name is Dr. Muhammad Scott, and I am a researcher within the SCP Foundation's Site 13 Temporal Studies Division. Myself and my team were abandoned within Site 13 during a recent catastrophic event, the full details of which we do not know. We are currently surrounded by hostile entities and other hazardous anomalies. Of the original 30 members of my team, only 12 remain. To any Foundation operatives listening on this channel, we are asking for assistance. Our supplies are dangerously low, as is our ammunition. Without aid, it is unlikely that we will last more than another month. Following this message will be an encrypted, adjusted VMS transmission, decipherable by standard 1980s Foundation technology. The information within that transmission will contain our location, as well as we can describe it. The transmission is wired by Deadman's switch to myself, and will be played on a continuous loop until such time that I die. Please help us. Thank you.
Yeah, I turned my mic off. In light of recent information, because I didn't want to like bother like the audio, so I turned my mic off. Let me read that again. In light of recent information gathered by Foundation surveillance teams, it has been deemed pertinent to once again send exploration and recovery teams into Site 13 by all of Overwatch Command. SCP-1730's containment procedures have been updated. Mobile Task Force Tau 5 Samsara is currently under consideration with deployment details to follow. So this was this was things that we already like established before, right? This was like all like the things that we already opened up, and we can close them. Yeah, good. Addendum 8, Exploration Recovery Log Transcript. More things to read. God fucking damn, this is long. Okay, let's go. Exploration video log. Yeah, that's just some Sarah's origins, not most of which is already re-established in this one. Okay. Okay, here we go. Team Mobile Task Force Apollo 3 Game Wardens. Subject SCP-1730. Team lead AP3 Ross and team members Houston, Noah, Ohalo, and Vigo. At least they have names. That makes it a bit easier. So Ross is the boss. Radio's live, everybody good? Hang on. 60 seconds into insertion. Copy. Vigo, you good? Yeah, I got it. We set. Oh, we're good. Alright, stay cool. Keep your lights on, and if you see anything suspect, hit your visors. Each member of the AP3 team was equipped with a scramble visor unit, which was capable of processing and filtering out unknown anomalous memetic devices in near real time. This device, which had been previously tested on other anomalous memes and active visual hazards, would passively filter out all known hazards and could be activated to filter out all written languages, drawings, symbols, diagrams, etc. if they were believed to be a potential hazard. Is that so? In the 096 short movie, they also have the scramble goggles. Is that the same thing? And who came up with one? Who came up with it first? Hit your visors, and give everything else a heads up. Remember, the internal topography of this place is unstable, so there's a pretty good chance we'll get separated. If we do, stay put until this place stabilizes and somebody will come back pick you up. Use your broadcasters if nobody is responding and shoot anything that moves. Unless it's one of us, probably. Noah should have a...
Then definitely don't. Then definitely shoot.
Okay, so Dr. Dan came over here first. That makes sense. 30 seconds to insertion. Houston, you take the lead. Our information. So wait, Houston was okay. Houston, you take the lead. Our information suggests this entrance leads down a pretty long staircase, but there shouldn't be any other doors we encounter until we hit the bottom. So we should be more or less safe until we get there. Got it? And got it. Any other questions? Oh, hello. You're quiet back there. I'm good, boss. All right. That's what I want to hear. 10 seconds to insertion. Here we go. Pause. Game wardens, you are clear to begin operation. Let's roll. The team enters SCP-1730 as expected. Initial interior space is a long descending staircase. AP3 Houston takes lead. Team, we're monitoring you from here, but let us know if you hear, see, or experience anything unexpected. Copy. Team descends for 3 minutes. Interior of SCP-1730 is unlit, with only luminescence coming from the shoulder-mounted lights of MTF up AP3. How are we looking? Pretty good. I see a door up here on the landing. I see it too. I see it. Wait, I see it. Alright, that's unfortunate. Oh, hello. Noah, keep an eye out. Keep an eye on our backs when we pass. Hang on. Team steps on the landing. AP3 Houston tries to the door, but it's locked. There's air blowing under the door here. See where the dust is kicked up? Yeah, Vago, let's see with the thermal camera. Alright, hang on. Here it is. 10 seconds silence. Yeah, no, I don't. Radio static. Not even going to begin to fuck with that. Let's keep going. Team lead, you copy? Is everything alright? Yeah, we're good. Still descending. Affirmative, just got some static. We wanted to make sure we're good. Yeah, most of the time, like when the static happens, you know something may or may not have gone wrong. Team continues to descend for 3 more minutes. Ow. My back is having some issues. The light. Look. Yeah. Command, there's a light up ahead. Might be our exit. Eyes open. Team descends for 2 minutes. What was that give Noah again? I know I was like, yeah, I know I gave my normal voice. Okay. Shit. Whoa, what the fuck is that? God damn it. Alright, command, be advised that the bottom of the stairway is just missing. I don't know where the light we saw is coming from, but we go down about 3 more steps and we're in some sort of void. I don't see a bottom to it. Copy that. Hang tight, team. We're taking a look at this. What if we drop something in it? See how far it goes down. I mean, I can see how far it goes, and it sort of looks like forever. Game wardens, go ahead and proceed back up. We'll see about another insertion point. Damn it! It's alright. We just Ross, look. It's not a void. It's liquid. It's not reflecting light at all. It's pitch black. It looks sort of like water. Hang on. Yeah, we're not going to fuck with that either. Command, how far are we to the bottom of the stairwell? 1 moment. You're about 15 meters below where we expected the stairwell to end. Stella, the topography is off here. Let's head back up and wait and see if we can find any different exit. Team lead, hold position for a moment. We're trying to determine your location right now. Hey, Chief. Hold on. No, look, it's... Shut up, Shut up. Oh, fuck, it's Ryzen. Shit. Alright, boys, time to go. Fuck. Black liquid begins to quickly rise behind MTF AP3. Team moves quickly up the stairwell in relative silence. Now you got the video game moment of like, you gotta get out of the room while whatever liquid is like rising up that could kill you. It's gaining on us. Fuck, come on. Jesus Christ. Houston, grab him. Ross, help. The fact that like O'Hara's just a quiet guy. Ross, help. Shit, don't. My legs. Fuck my legs. There's another door up here. Hurry. Hang on. Team enters the door on the next landing. Door is slammed closed. Holy Jesus, what happened to his leg? Shit. Houston, are you? Wait. What? What's happening? Do you read us? Yeah, sorry, Command. That all happened quickly. Houston fell coming up the stairs and his legs got covered in that stuff and now they're just gone. One clean cut like they weren't there. I can actually still feel them, guys. Like, I can see that they're not there, but it doesn't hurt and I think I can stand up. What the fuck? AP3 Houston proceeds to stand up. He's missing his legs from his knees down, but appears to be floating as if they were still there. AP3 Vigo waves his hand underneath Houston's legs, which passes through the space unimpeded. Huh. Alright, so there's that. You aren't hurting, Houston. Nothing feels different. Okay, that's fucking crazy. Command, do we know anything about this? Negative. Alright, let's keep going then. Command, it looks like we're in the maintenance hallway or something similar. We got pipes running up and down the walls, gauges and such. It's pretty warm here. And there, on the wall. What happened to side 13? How many more times did they go ask us what happened to side 13? Oh yeah, I also didn't realize you were saying something. Heads up, I might have to leave suddenly in like 20 minutes. I'll probably be back half an hour after. Oh, that's some freaky leg stuff. It is some freaky leg stuff. You're absolutely correct. It's a recurring phrase that keeps showing up written on the walls here. Command, do we know that's not a meme? It isn't. None of the studies we ran uncovered any numbers effect related to that phrase. We're not sure why we keep finding it though. Noted. Down this hall. Team continues in silence for 4 minutes. During this time, AP3 Noah's camera disconnects suddenly. This information was not promptly relayed to the task force. There's something up ahead, see? There at the corner. Is that a person? Approach with caution. Safety's off. Team approaches a target in silence. Upon reaching target, video feed shows a severely disfigured, rotted human corpse. Age unknown, partially conjoined to the wall behind it. Several other spatial distortions are evident nearby, such as the ceiling and wall appearing to pull back into each other, but this is unnoticed by AP3. Oh shit, good to finally see a familiar face. Guys, it's just Zachary. Thank God, Zachary. How do you get down here? Silence. Us too, man. This place is fucked up. Look at my fucking leg, man. Look at this shit. Oh, so like when it's like silence, like the video recording and the team, the Sacrament's not hearing anything, but they think they hear somebody. Team, please be advised that you are under the effect of a powerful hazard. We are attempting to apply a filter to your scramble this advices at one moment. No, come man, it's alright. It's just Zach. We go way back, don't we, buddy? Michael playfully punches the corpse, dislodging its jaw. The corpse does not respond. Zachary, we're looking for some other people trapped in here. Do you know how to get to the other lower levels? Silence. Shit. Okay, so wait. What's below that? Silence. Silence. Shit, he's right. Where's Noah? The team turns and AP3 Noah is not seen. Oh, fuck. Wait, wasn't Noah the one who pointed out? No, he was not the one who pointed out, but he was there with the leg situation. Zachary's spitting facts for real. Oh shit, Zachary, stay here. Nora, do you read me? Nora, it's Ross. Do you hear me at all? Command, where the fuck is Nora? That's uncertain. Team lead, be advised. The upload is complete. Please restart your device for the filters to take effect. Team restarts devices. There we go. What was it that... Oh, gross. Command, there's a bar in the wall down here. Looks like it's been fused into something. Our devices are ticking like crazy, too. Acknowledge. Team lead, proceed. I love how the team lead is like, yeah, that's the corpse you've been talking to, and you thought that was Zachary this whole time. Wait, look. Back there. You see shimmering? Is that gas? It looks like a gas leak. Oh, fuck, no. Look at the floor. Look behind it. Fuck. Shit, Noah. Shit. Approaching MTF AP3 is a shimmering, transparent humanoid construct, apparently the source of the spatial anomalies in this area. As its feet touch the ground, the floor begins to warp within space around them, stabilizing after the entity passes by. MTF AP Noah is visible hanging behind the entity, though the nature of the agent is uncertain, as the spatial anomaly he is caught in appears to be extremely severe, and very few of this feature can be made out. Noah is seen attempting to move slightly, but continues to be twisted by the anomaly as it moves. Fucking shoot it, goddammit, open fucking fire, shit! Shit! MTF AP3 fires on the entity as the bullets approach the trajectory, but changes in the twist and spin around the entity below before falling harmlessly on the floor or lodging the ceiling. This isn't working, Chief. My fucking arm, shit! AP3 Vigo is seen turning and attempting to pull away from an unseen force. From AP3 O'Hara's camera, a long, shimmering, transparent appendage is seen stretching towards AP3 Vigo, obstructing the wall closest to it. As it moves, it wraps around AP3 Vigo's left arm, which begins to visibly distort. Vigo screams. Houston, the anchor. Oh yeah. AP3 Austin produces a miniature portable Scranton reality anchor, which he powers on and lobs towards the entity. There's a flash of red light, and for a split second, the entity becomes visible as an extremely disfigured, grotesquely elongated humanoid, which exists for only a second before the spatial distortions surrounding it are anchored and violently resetted, creating a massive pressure wave in the confined space. The team is momentarily incapacitated. Oh, my arm. AP3 Vigo's left arm is brightly red but otherwise unscathed. AP3 O'Hara assesses it. The color will go away. That's just the anchor cooling down. You good? Yeah, I'm alright, thanks. Jesus. Noah, are you there? Silence. Can any of you see Noah? Ross, here, look, in the wall. As dust clears, AP3 Noah becomes visible, partially fused with the wall, ceiling, and floor across 10 meters of hallway. The agent is unmoving. Houston. God, command, do you read me? Hello? We read you, team lead. We lost Noah. He's in the wall. Do you want us to proceed? One moment. Silence. Team lead, do you feel as if returning to the surface will be more dangerous than continuing your mission? I have no way of knowing that. We have no way of knowing what's in here. Everything in here is so fucked, it's incredible. I don't even know if we can get back, if we wanted to. None of the other teams have they? That is correct. Honestly, whatever happens down here can't be any worse than whatever we've seen on our way back. It probably doesn't make a difference. Whatever, let's keep going. Affirmative. Team lead, we are preparing another team to evacuate. In the event that you reach your target, insertion time is in 4 hours. You're sending another task force in here? What idiots are volunteering for that gig? Finally somebody says, like, wait a minute. Like, who would go here after like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 task force have been like eviscerated by this SCP? Like, who would be willing to ever step foot into this place? Samsara. Oh. Alright, cool. I copy. Team continues on for a short time. Unimpeded, they pass through several other areas, including a ransacked infirmary, a cafeteria space melted into a sack, and a wing of containment unit identified as Olympia class. Sorry, they are no less than 100 meters in height. Eventually, the team enters a room of the main hallway that appears to be telecommunication center. A single television is illuminated on the wall across from them. Oh yeah, you probably don't remember, but because this was SCP-1 1730 SCPs ago, but Samsara's actually appeared in one of the ones you read before. I don't remember which one, but I think the moment you tell me, I might have an idea. But yeah, you're right. It is 1,730 SCPs ago. These terminals are. This is weird. Stay cool, guys. Search this room. See if there's anything we can collect that they could use topside. These terminals have power. I'll collect backup. There's a sound on the other end of the room, like static or hollow, and use them move towards the illuminated television. Is something broadcasting through this? The screen flickers and an image appears. The interior of a standard containment cell is shown, though it is devoid of any comforts or belongings. A single red light behind the camera's arm, poorly illuminating the space. A long figure is huddled in the corner. Hang on, is that? Holy shit, it is. What is it? It's Bobble the fucking clown. At the mention of the name, the figure in the corner looks towards the camera. What do you want? Who is it? It's the way it ends, the one about the Chaos Insurgency members trying to kill the O5 Council. Ah, yes. I remember that. That was a good one to read. Yeah, Bobble the Clown is also a SCP that we read. There's a lot. There seems to be a lot of like crossovers in this one, huh? Jesus, my name is AfroFluff. I'm an agent with the. Actually, hang on. Who are you? The figure shifts sideways and more of its body becomes visible through the darkness. The red light illuminates its eyes, though little else of the figures can be made out. You're different. You smell all different. You know, I can smell you even from here. You don't know that though. They did, but you don't like them. They went to great lengths to figure that out. They knew. They will know. Drugs are bad. Okay. You're Bob the Clown, yeah? The figure slides slowly across the wall of the ceiling, just out of range of the red light. Its movements are noticeably erratic. It comes close to the camera. They had a number for me once when I was Bobble, but your friends didn't like the number. Said we identified with the numbers. I'm not Bobble, but I'm a thing that used to be Bobble. You're not where you're supposed to be, gum buddy. You don't match the air in here. You're out of place just like I am, just like we are. Uh-huh. What happened to you? The raid ends is also written by him too, and that thing is like a crossover endgame. Yep. I wonder how many things I would recognize if I were to read the way it ends again. Like how many things I'd be like, oh yeah, now that I read that far. Daddy Emerson played a trick. Wait, let me just. Daddy Emerson played a tricky little game with the strings of the universe. He walked on them like a tightrope and was surprised when he fell. Tricky little Emerson didn't just want boxes. No. He wanted boxes full of ideas. Ideas like pain, horror, death. He worked very hard to stack those boxes on his string and broke the whole thing. We all came tumbling down with him. How many other entities are in here? What else do you know? How many entities was for by Side 13?
You silly out of place, boy. Silly little boy. Everything made its way into Site 13. If the Foundation could find it and the Coalition could catch it, it was fed into the metal, in the meat grinder down here. Everything, they mulched us all. There was nothing to gain. Someone got lucky. Bobby got lucky. Bobble got lucky. Stuffed in a funny box and played with, toyed with, experimented with to see what sounds we made when we wanted to die. Others were not so lucky. They burned the library, you know. Held it upside down like a can of soup and let the contents run out the furnace and burned the whole place. They did other things too, worse things. Daddy Emerson liked it. He watched it all every time. Got his jollies off watching it. What worse things? The unidentified figure approaches the camera and comes fully into view. Illuminated by the red light, a significant portion of its body is distorted by video static that moves as it moves. This static appears to be cutting into the tissue of the figure body, creating a large laceration that oozes a dark yellow fluid. As it moves, the figure appears to be slouching off a large portion of its mass, or slogging off a large portion of its mass, which are replaced with static. Half of its face slogs off as it nears the camera, and one eye becomes shrouded in static. Every worst thing. Chief, we're picking something up on the radio. I think it's a survivor signal. We must be getting close. Alright, let's keep moving. Have fun, boys. Don't let the dead bugs bite. If you see that Emerson down there, rape him to death for me.
What the fuck, Bobble? What the hell, Bobble? That is that's a sentence I didn't expect to come out of your mouth. AB3 team passes out the telecommunication room and into the main. So where's Ohalo? Is Ohalo gone? Because he hasn't said anything in a while. And into the main hallway. Following the strength of the signal discovered by AP3 Vigo, the near an area that appears to be a cryogenic containment unit, similar in defunct cryogenics Y wing of Site 19. As they pass through this area, Command loses the signal of each member of the team with only intermittent static being broadcasted. This continues for 30 minutes before a signal is received again. Command, are you there? Do you read me? Houston, we read you alright? Is everyone alright? Oh shit, thank God. We've been trying to reach you forever. Yeah, we found the survivors. They hold up down here. I don't know what you call this place, but it's not conducive to habitation. We're looking at 20, maybe 30 people. We found some other agents of ours too, a few mole rats and a guy from the Travelers. They all end up down here. Are you prepared to evac? Yeah, so that's going to happen in the way I think we wanted to, not currently. It's a whole lot worse here than we had anticipated, Command. I don't know how they ever locked some of this stuff up, but suffice to say that every single containment cell is broken open, and this shit is real. Like, it's really real. We keep hearing things down the hallway nearby. I think whatever is out there is looking for us. I think they're angry, and if they find us, we don't have the bullets to keep them down, let alone get people out. Where's Ross? He's been trying to get some defenses ready with the others in case they come tonight. It's not looking good, you know. I don't know if you guys have backup plan, but we'll take any ideas. How long have you been down there? Maybe 3 days. From the Apollo 3 team, we advise that we are activating and inserting Tower 5 for rescue and recovery. Fuck yes, tell them to hurry. And now we have another. Seeing how like this jumps from like on the right, this jumps from being near down to like back up there. Oh boy. Now I gotta give them all different voices. Yeah, it's a long read, but like I said, nothing I'm not used to. I'm pretty sure I have a couple SCPs, maybe not on the Dr. AfroFluff channel, but on the at the AfroFluff channel that were where I read for like a long ass time. So extraction recovery video log transcript. Mobile task force Tower 5 Samsara. Subject SCP-1730, lead T5, Iran2, member T5, Munru, Onru Nanku. The following is an audio-video transcript of an extraction and recovery mission carried out by the members of Mobile Task Force Tower 5 Samsara after contact by MTF AP3 game wardens with human survivors within SCP-1730. The AP3 team had requested assistance in extracting the survivors due to the large numbers of hostile entities within the site. Each member of MTF Tower 5 was outfitted with a number of cybernetic enhancements per the specification of their design, including arm-mounted incendiary cannons, shock-absorbing leg extensions, heat-resistant plating, built-in scramble adaptations within the eyes, and others. Tower 5's insertion point was a drainage gate near the secondary entrance that the AP3 team had inserted through. Okay, I'm not gonna give them all different voices because I'm losing. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my voice myself, and then I'm gonna lose my mind. So I'm just gonna read them out normal. Shit, see you in a bit, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, probably still will spend another 20 minutes, if not more, reading this one, and then we still got 9 more to go. Okay, we're plugged in. Site command, do you read me? We do. 60 seconds to insertion. How dangerous should this mission be considered? Not a single person descending has come out yet, considerably. Acknowledge, this should be engaging. Team, check your optics. The last thing we need is somebody succumbing to a memetic hazard. Understood. I'm good. Also good. I'm good. Good. Remember, all we're looking to do here is extract the survivors. We do not attempt to contain anything. So if you see something nasty, put it down. As always, I don't need to be convinced. Team, you are 30 seconds to insertion. 10 seconds to insertion. Tower 5, you are clear to begin extraction and recovery. Let's go. T5 team enters SCP-1730 through a drainage gate under the secondary office structure. Each team member activates their shoulder-mounted lamp, illuminating the tunnel. After a short time, the team reaches another gate. Several large drainage pipes are visible behind the gate. Look up against the gate. Bodies. No fewer than 20 charred human forms in varying stages of destruction are pushed up against the bottom of the gate. Several arms are pushed through the gate and are reaching out towards the tunnel. These look very burned. Where do they think they came from? Hard to say. I can't imagine they would have made it far in this condition. There's an incinerator near here, right? Near that body pit we keep hearing about. Maybe they came from there. An incinerator. A good place to start, Annie. Let's get into those pipes there. Team 5 team cuts through the gate and scales the wall behind into the largest of 3 drainage pipes. Team continues on for a short time. The temperature is rising. I noticed it as well. We must be getting close. We're descending right now. So 2. This is strange. Shouldn't a drainage pipe run out, not in? Maybe it's affected by the topographical abnormalities. Likely, it ran through the wall is weak here. I can hear echoing on the other side of it. What's over there? Hang on. A hallway, I think. I see. Pauses. Alright, we'll split up here. Monu, you and Nanko see where this tunnel leads out. Onru and I will go through the wall and see what's on the other side. And what if we get killed? Don't get killed. Yeah, understood. What if we get killed? Just don't. Don't do that shit. Team T5 team splits up with Team 5, Nanko and Monroe following the the drainage pipe towards the source of the heat, and T5 Iranto and Onru going through the thin wall beyond. Irantu and Onu managed to break down the concrete wall between the drainage pipe and the hallway beyond. Within the hallway are several bare offices barely lit by dim overhead lights. The entire area appears to have been abandoned for some time. Irantu and Onu look for an elevator or stair access but find nothing. After a short time, Onu finds a door that opens into a control room. A large glass observation window is obscured by some dark material. Many of the controls in this room have been destroyed. This is the control room for the incinerator. See, it says incinerator 1 over there, and below it says body pit access below. I never heard of a furnace that needs its own control room. What's blocking the window there? Blast shields? No. Approaches the window. These are bodies and garbage refuse, congealed and calculated. No idea. Look, you can see the faces. You can see everything. I see it. Pauses. Our intel said that one of the engineers had blocked up the drainage pipe out here. Nanko and Monroe are probably going to run into that. I wonder if there's another way down from here. I thought we would be able to get down through the incinerator. Hang on. Monroe proceeds to look over the controls on a relatively undamaged controller near the observation window. As she does, Nanko and Monroe appear at the door. It is blocked. Something has turned the end of that pipe into a slag. We tried to punch through it, but it's pretty thick. I broke my hand on it. Look, holds up a hand which is undamaged. It was broken, I mean. Quiet. Onru is looking for something. Got it. Onru. Not Onru. Onru. Onru throws a large switch and turns several nearby knobs. There's an immense groaning sound, and the mass the mass in front of the window begins to spin slowly. Interesting. There's a jolt as if something has broken free, and the mass begins to spin rapidly and slowly descend. There is no distinct sound of a turbine spooling up. Team's internal temperature gauges begin to register a steady increase in heat. It's dropping. Look down there, see? The mass has cleared the window, revealing a massive cylindrical chamber on the wall on the other side. At least 300 meters in diameter and roughly 400 meters deep. At the center of the chamber is a massive shaft extending the full height of the chamber, attached to several large turbines. As the turbines spin, the matter within the chamber is turned into a slurry. Near the top of the chamber are several pilot lights. Large holes are present around the outside of the chamber. Alright, and then Onru throws another switch and the pilot lights are ignited. Enormous streaks of fire cascade down from the ceiling of the chamber, scorching the mass below. Additional jets of flames begin to emit from the walls of the chamber. Look down there, near the bottom. There's a sluice gate that looks like it's leading away from here. Over there, see, can get it open? Yes. Got it. A large circular opens near the bottom of the pit, above the level of the matter within. Excellent. Though I still don't know how you think we're going to get in there. The pipe is blocked. If Mario can do it, you can do it too, my man. Nanko extends her arm and fires several rounds from a wrist-mounted projectile weapon at the glass window in front of them. The glass cracks and shadows, exposing the room around them to be the heat of the chamber. Straightforward. One does what one can. The team enters the incinerator and jumps down onto a ledge below near another drainage pipe. They make their way through the vast chamber, avoiding the spinning blades and ever-descending biological slurry around them. Something unpleasant took place here. Oh? Yes, in fact, shoots a glance at Nanku. All of this has to be draining somewhere, likely out below us, through one of these fissures. We don't have time to find out. We follow this pipe down and see where it goes. Team enters the open door and descends down the drainage pipe and a short distance before it empties into a large cistern. The team enters the cistern, which is lit from above by a large glowing plant-like structure. Interesting. What do you think that is? I don't know. At the sound of the voice, the glowing structure begins to shake. Slowly, and thousands of glowing, spinning parts are released from its body. As they fall, they brightly illuminate the entire chamber. Look, the shadows. The glowing parts create vaguely humanoid shadows on the walls of the cistern, which act in a anomalous manner. These shadows appear to reach their hands up or forward, as if towards the team. As the parts reach the slurry below, they extinguish and the shadows disappear. Alright, which way do we go? This is a drainage pipe leading away from the incinerator. The incinerator is underneath the power station, which is east of the compound. So far as we can tell, we need to go northwest from there. So, hang on. Look over there. At what? At that wall. Something is sleeping through it. Was that there before? No. Where's the wall? It's black and shiny and definitely sleeping. Did I say sleeping before? Yeah, I did say sleeping before. I meant sleeping. Something is pushing through. What does that mean? What is it? Drainage? I almost read damage. Unlikely. It's probably runoff from the reactor or approach the wall. No, it's blood. It's leeches. What? Look. On the point at the spot on the wall, illuminated by the shoulder-mounted lamps. At the spot, a thick flow of black fluid is seeping between the cracks in the wall, and something small is wriggling within the crack. The team zooms in the spot, revealing a small rotting, rifling leech pushing its way through the spot. It breaks through and falls to the ground. Huh. It's a leech. What's that mean? Nothing good. A small leech moves towards the biological slurry at their feet and begins to ingest it. As it does, the leech slowly begins to grow in size. Oh shit. More of them in the wall. They're pushing through. The team looks back towards the wall where the several spouts of black fluid are beginning to pour through various cracks along its surface. Several more small leeches are swimming through the cracks. Only what do you see? There's something below us. It's huge, covered in other people's blood, reaching up towards us. These are like fingers. They all communicate back to the host. Bring me a leech. What? You're kidding. No, bring me one. They're telepathic. They're communicating with that way. I need a leech. Here on the move. Moves across the room before grabbing a leech off the ground. As he pulls it away from the liquid, it struggles and squirms, biting several large chunks out of his hand. Peculiar. Let's look at these here. Alright, one moment. I mean, yeah, sure, call it peculiar while it's biting you and ripping your skin off. Oh, no extends a left hand towards the leech, which opens up to reveal a series of long, delicate metallic rods with pointed tips. He maneuvers the rods into the flesh of the creature near the base of the brain. Let's see. Pause. They heard the incinerator. Wait, they heard the incinerator activate. They're hungry. They're coming up here to eat, a lot of them. The host is down below us, but we cannot see what's that. I can't see what's that far down. If I look at the neural activity of the entire network of entities, I can map out the area they're in. Let's see if I can do something about that. With that, there we go. You should all have it in your own retinas now. Clever. So we're looking at a map. It seems to the story to be a map. I'm going topographical. Come on. changes means that despite the changes in the structure of the site, it is still located within a local reality. It's just unstable. Then we know what this thresher device is. Probably something to do with the section here. If you follow a logical structure design plan based on the evidence provided in this map, there should be a whole extra wing here. But there aren't any of the leeches down there that way. Process. Yes, I can see the content running to that area. That's why the thresher machine is. I'm starting to see things. Silence. What about our recovery? This area here, several corridors lead to a large research wing, but most of them have been blocked off. Every now and then, one of the three ends of the neural goes dark here. Pauses. The survivors aren't in there. What's the fastest way from where we are now? One moment. 2 to 3 paths to choose from, each different potential hazards. The first stage takes up further down the pipeline until we reach the waste treatment facility within the plant. This is the longest route, but from the facility, it's a fairly direct shot towards the survivors. The second path drops us into another system below, which leads to directly to this large chamber here. The leech is in there. I can see it. I can hear it right now. It's wondering why this one hasn't come back yet. And the third route takes us through this area here, which is queer. I can hear the leeches as they move around the side. They're noisy, uncoordinated, acting on impulse and without much finesse. But in this area, they're all very quiet. They go in and out for something, but do it very, very quietly. Motion towards the ground at her feet, looking at this leech. It's the size of a cat already. Are there any other entities in there? I can't tell. The leeches follow a single path and a single path out. They don't stray from it, and they don't look around. Which is the safest path? The last one is the fastest. We follow this tunnel towards a service door and follow a staircase towards the bottom. Once we there's no hallway off the left, and it takes us past that area or through it, maybe. And on the other side is the back entrance into a research wing. All right, that's the one we'll take then. A shame. We'll be shooting leeches. You have plenty of chances to on our way out. I'm sure we need to get these people out quickly. Onru, does it feel like the leeches are trying to get to the wing where the survivors are? Yes, there's plenty of blood in this side, but there's not all of it still warm. They'll be coming for them soon. Team leaves cistern and follow the drainage pipe west. Eventually, the team reaches a service door lit by a single fucking lamp. There's something written on the door. Blood. On the wall too. Look, what's that written in? Wait, look. Oh God. Onru amplifies. Her shoulder-mounted spotlight illuminating the entire wall of the tunnel. The word blood is repeated over and over, scrawled across the surface of the wall in a thick black substance. Onru turns left, illuminating several desiccated corpses in the corner at the end of the tunnel, all of which are covered in and seeping the same fluid. Unsettling. Come on, don't waste time. The team enters the service door, revealing a partial staircase. The stairs above them are intact, but the stairs below have been destroyed. The walls of the stairwell are coated in cracks through which seeps the black fluid. Monroe lights a flare and drops it, and the team watches it fall. After a short time, the flare lands with a slight splash, revealing the floor below. How large is this site? Site 19 has been at least 50 underground floors and no fewer than 80 individual wings. Considering what we know, where's that fucking about site 13 it's likely that there are at least twice as many of each, if not more. The U-class containment cells alone are large as the entity of site 81, which means there could be worse things down there nobody has seen yet. It's almost a certainty. Eon leaps from the landing and lands near the flare. His implants absorbing the majority of the impact. The rest of them follow suit. At the bottom of the stairwell is another door into a hallway, and the team enters it. Where to now? About 200 meters down this hallway on the right, there are several security doors, but I think they've all been disabled. Through there is, I think, it's the data storage center. It's big and lined with vents that lead to the cooling towers at the surface. Where do the leeches start acting strange? In there. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Team moves down the hallway, Nanko at point, flanked by Andrew and Manryu, and Irantu watching the rear as they pass. They check each door to see if they are locked. Most doors lead to network maintenance areas, notably one door leads to the telecommunication room previously visited by the AP3 team. One screen on the far wall appears to have been busted from the inside out. Look here. This is the door to the service area. What's that door there? It's marked as stairs to cryonics. If I had to guess, I'd say it probably goes up to the next level, and it's seated right on top of this room, acts as insulation for the data center. Can we go through it? Which way? Faster or Andrew? The only way I can see through the server room, there weren't many leeches up there. It's very strange. There's certainly plenty of access point to that room. Very strange. Through the server room, then come on. Team. Oh god, there's so much to read. Team enters through the door of the server room. They pass through several more security doors, all of which are unlocked. As they do so, the external temperature drops severely and stays steady at roughly -°C. Infrantu motions for the team to activate the internal heating coils, protecting the internal organs from the damage to the exposure. As the team proceeds down the hallway into the server room, from a room T5 Nanko scramble up, the optical implant began to activate, signaling that the anomalous meme is being filtered out. However, T5 has previously dispatched the visual cue for the warning on her optical overlay, instead relying on the audio cue that accompanied the implant. The audio warning does not trigger at all. It is not until the team enters the primary server room from that T5 on who realizes that no sound is audible at all, regardless of the source. Thinking at first that it might be auditory implant, on removes the implant and restarts it, but after establishing that it is not functioning properly, she attempts to communicate this with Irantu. Errante motions to the team. And to hold an attempt to discern the source of the anomalous influence. As they do, each team member receives a warning that the scramble filters are being triggered. Monu motions towards the door. They enter through, but Iran2 motions towards the back of the server area, towards the research wing. It's during this silent discussion that Nanku first notices movement across the large room. Motioning for her teammates to stay still, each team member begins to hear a quiet whining sound which slowly grows into in intensity. As they huddle up, Monu notices writing in one of the server racks, written in black fluid, that says silence and then don't look. He motions towards the racks and the team acknowledges it. Irantu Irantu motions the team to move towards the far wall and they slowly proceed between the server racks towards the back exit. Suddenly, Ondru catches a momentary glimpse of a large entity across the room and stops her teammate from advancing. She looks around the corner and sees that the entity again has come back into view. There is a massive multi-limbed figure. The primary structure of the entity is a floating cross-legged humanoid construct with 6 legs, 18 arms, and 36 foreheads, attached to 72 hands. Each limb moves independently here, but instead has a large flat circular structure attached to its upper chest that is covered in a large number of symbols and glyphs which glow with bright white light against the entity's dark gray-brown skin. On each of the entity's arms are a gold band attached to a chain which drags the ground when not being fully pulled around in one of the entity's gestures. The golden bands are etched with a glyph that identifies as being powerful anti-kinito hazard. Even the footnote is long. From Site 13's research file A6243AR-1, Dramagioan, doesn't matter. Such of the, well, I mean, it does, but not for English. State of the activated A6243AR-1 has led to the advent of kinetology, the study of kinetism, kineglyphs, or kinetohazards, are mental and physical hazards that occur when one entity performs the specific gesture and motions that interact with multiple spatial dimensions simultaneously, often with disastrous consequences. As anti-kinetohazard designed to negate the effect of the active kinetohazard is typically the inverse of the hieroglyphs being performed, though this can take the form of certain symbols and glyphs instead of just the inverse of the actual gesture, as doing so with the entities such as A6243AR-1 would be impossible. The claims are broken on and the anti-kinetohazards are inactive. Henry, help. Henry, help. Most notably, a single severely severely charred human figure is bound to the flat circular structure of the entity heads. This figure twists against its restraints and appears to be screaming like the wings of sounds heard from through the entity Martin Kinetohazard. From the Site 13 research found Kinetohazards using 7 of its hands. 86243 AR-1 is capable of producing an advanced kinetoglyph named Alili in a sacred Hatak of Arts, which sounds all but the most insane sounds in an arena. Sorry. We're reaching the 2 hours and 20-minute mark, and usually I would be near the end. That's why like my body's like, hey, I'm back. Wi-Fi is not too good enough. So what's going on? If you don't mind me asking. As the entity performs its gestures, glyphs on its movements rapidly after. Yeah. D5 only also noticed that some aspect of the entity is creating a severe malfunction in her optical implants, singeing the circuits responsible for handling the scrambles calculations. She looks away, injecting the implants before the damage her retinas, and motions to the rest of the Tower 5 team to do not look at the entity directly. The team acknowledges and continue to move forward. By the way, welcome back, Howard. Welcome back. Suddenly, the whining becomes dramatically louder and begins to draw closer to the team. Monroe drops a proximity mine from his back and then another short distance away as they flee away from the entity. Streaks of blue electricity begins to arc between server racks, and the ground beneath them begins to shift as if it was made of sand. As Nanku threatened to fall into the ground, there's a muffled wave of pressure behind them at first proximity. Mine detonates and the ground solidifies. The team turns a corner and the back entrance to the room comes into view. From above them, they can see a hole in the ceiling exposed to the cryonics laboratory, and briefly a complicated containment cell is visible. Though it is thoroughly destroyed, the team moves swiftly towards the door as white hot glyphs begin to appear on the ground beneath them. In the air around them, the team manages to duck and weave through the symbol, but T5 Nanko catches a left arm into a glyph in the air and bursts into flames. Iranto, having seen this from his position behind them, which at this point was a barely visible blur of gestures, fire glyphs, and inhuman whine as the door swings close. Iranto zooms in on the humanoid figure strapped to the entity's head, and also see the word Emerson sealed into the flesh of the figure as if from a melted patch of fabric. Iranto slams the door closed and immediately ejects his optical implants. The team rushes down the corridor away from the security door, and slowly the sound of footsteps can be heard around them. They reach a large open space in between several hallways and stop to catch their breath. I don't believe I know how to respond to whatever that was. What was that? I have no idea. I've never seen anything like it. There was a human strapped to his head. Do you see that? I did. I think it was shouting, "Please," and look at the stump of her arm. I'll likely miss this arm later. You'll be alright. Just be careful. Like I need it anyway. I've got another besides. Nanko swings her shoulder-mounted flamethrower to her left shoulder and detaches it so that it hangs below where her missing arm should be. What was I really going to use the arm for anyway? Noted. Everybody alright? No worse for wear. I'm fine. I'm alright too, pals. We're here, look. I also want to say we're here, look, because I won't be done with this. I gotta stand up again. Okay. I'm alright. We're here, look. The team turns to see the hallway to the immediate east, which has been barricaded and filled with substantial amount of explosive and incendiary equipment. Good. He approaches the barricade. Hello, this is Tower 5. Tour. Is anyone there? We're here to get you out. Hello? Silence. Maybe we're too late. We're not too late. Hello? Is anyone there? Can you... The shufflings down a large wooden crate is moved slightly. A dark figure can be seen in the space between the crate and the wall. Captain. Now connection to local transmission network 09 Mole Rats. Captain Hollis. Oh boy, the goddamn Power Rangers. They told me about you. Positives. The team. You look like you've been hit by a train. Something like that. Well, come on then. We don't have much time left. Team moves towards the opening in the crate. As Monu and the anchor pass through, Onru passes. Irantu notices this and turns to look. Irantu look. Leeches. Black cracks have begun to form on the walls of the atrium behind them, and looking back, leeches starts to fall all out of them, accompanied by a thick black fluid. Yeah, is right. I also would like to because there's so much shit to still read. This could be a 3-hour SCP, if not even longer. Addendum 9, extraction log. Oh my god, how is this? Ugh. I can see why Howard said I should only read this today. So Emerson's not doing too good. Yeah, he's not. He ain't. I'm trying to figure this thing out right now. Like, how am I going to continue? Like, part of me is like, oh, I should have. Part of me should have, like, after 2 hours, should have stopped reading this one and jumped to a different SCP and then read the rest of this tomorrow and then attached it to the video. Because then we would have been able to, like, read the other SCPs at least. But now we're already this far. We'll see. We'll see what we do once we finish reading this. Mobile Task Force Tower 5, Samsara. Mobile Task Force Recovery Team, Exploration Team, Apollo 3 Game 1s, Task Force Z9, Mole Rats, Team Irantu, Hollis and Ross, Munhu. The last ones are substantially short. Like the last one, like the next 9 ones, because then I'm still going to read them then. There's so many characters here, I'm not going to voice them all. The following is an audio video. I mean, I'm not going to give them different distinct voices, because you have to understand there's like 10 characters. The following is an audio-video transcript of an extraction and recovery mission carried out by the members of Mobile Task Force Tower 5 Samsara after having made contact with surviving members of MTF Apollo 3 and MTF 7-9. Aside from the members of the Mobile Task Force, the team was tasked with recovering 27 surviving members of Site 13 staff, including Dr. Mohammed Scott, as Site 13 Assistant Director of Temporal Studies. Several of these individuals had sustained significant injuries, further increasing the difficulty of extraction efforts. Members of Mobile Task Force Alpha 20 Holy Divers were stationed above the ground and were prepared to move in to an extraction effort once the recovery team had escaped the lower levels of the site. Jeez, the message delay here is even worse. Look, took me nearly a minute for that to send. On my side, it didn't take too long, but I assume that you meant something different than if you're saying that. Mic's on. Are we really worried about recording all of this? Hey, Vego, shut the fuck up. do what he says. You lead, Power Ranger. Thank you. Anu has prepared an evacuation plan. I will let her explain it. Our travel paths from this position are compromised by the entity in the data center and the creature in the atrium. After speaking with Dr. Scott and his team, we have devised a route that leads us as far away from the current major threats as possible. Unfortunately, our information on all threats is incomplete. Even Dr. Scott was not privy to information on all contained entities within the site. As such process, we should still proceed with extreme caution. This is likely already well understood. Yeah, just a bit. Alright, so what's the route we're taking? Produce a topographical map. Our entry routes are here and here. The largest obstacles we are experiencing currently are the spatial instabilities with the lower levels of the site. On the suggestion of Dr. Scott and Captain Hollis, our route will first travel to this section of the facility where a thresher device is contained. This device is the cause of the instabilities, and while it is not possible to incompletely disable the device without risking your own life or the lives of above ground personnel, we should be able to reduce power to the device long enough for us to create a stable path to the surface following this route here. I got lost once shortly after our insertion and ended up in that room. I was attacked by a member of the creature that was difficult to perceive, likely due to the same latent antimemetic effect. I was able to escape them, but now that I'm still there, that machine draws a frankly impossible amount of energy from some energy source alpha in the side, and those creatures I saw feed off of it. So there's that. Why don't we send a team ahead to disable the machine and then meet up with them before heading up? We will not have enough time, and probability for our success drops dramatically if we split up our team. Once the device is powered down, it's like that we have less than an hour to make our escape before the trips its fail-safes and powers back up again. We just have to make our push from there, hoping that it buys us enough time. Alright, good. Your assignments are as follows. Tower 5 will take point, Apollo 3 will take the right and left flanks, and 7-9 will take up the rear. The healthiest survivor will stay near the back, and those with more serious injuries will be near the front. Near Tower 5. In the event that we are flanked or assaulted, follow typical multi-force offensive assignments while allowing Tower 5 to intercept the higher threats. Maintain clear lines of communication. Tower 5 and the task force captains have channel priority. Keep battle to a minimum. You will always have to play. You will all have plenty of time to speak once we reach the surface. Our priority now is extracting these people and staying alive, unless you're in Samsara, in which case I guess you guys are free to do you want. For the rest of us mortals, it doesn't help us to let the Power Rangers get mulched, since we're likely to shit out luck if they go belly up. Agreed. Does everyone understand our mission? All task force members are in agreement. Acceptable. I'll take point. We need to move quickly. Gather your things, prepare the civilians, and we will leave shortly. God. Teams break to assemble in their formation. Civilian survivors are briefed on the mission plan and positioned in the middle of the block. Captain, as the main door, there are leeches coming onto the door. Shit, Aaron, too. We need to roll. Agreed. Let's move. Okay, I'm gonna take my headphones off and I'll listen to music for a little bit. Exactly. The block moves out of the side door towards the side hallway. T5, Nanko, and Munhu have hang back to set explosive charges around the door frame. Leeches are beginning to work their way into the door frame, even though cracks in the walls as they even through cracks in the walls as they step away from the door. Nanko opens her flamethrower on the leeches. I cannot say that you're making a difference, Nanko. There are likely more leeches elsewhere. This is very satisfying to me. Continues to burn leeches coming through the walls is delicious. Monroe and Nanko move quickly to join the rest of the group, which has begun moving down the side hallway. As they pass through the first door, there's an explosion, and the building around them shakes from beneath the group. A loud, uncanny screaming sound is heard. Think they know we're coming? Undoubtedly. The group continues down a series of hallways towards a stairwell, stopping occasionally to check for hostile entities. After a short time, 75 minutes, call the halt. My optics are pinging. Strange. Move everyone back. I will scout ahead. Tier 5, Munhu comes around the corner of the hallway, weapons drawn. His scramble optical implant highlights a dangerous meme on the wall. At the far end of the hallway, a vaguely humanoid entity, the same entity as seen during a previous remote drone exploration of SCP-1730, is seen drawing on the wall with a long curved finger. Munhu projects an image of the entity to Nanku, who rounds the corner behind Munhu. These names, man. Hold. Suddenly, the entity turns towards Munhu and Nanko and opens a single wide eye, which is immediately processed and blocked by the scramble units. The entity begins to move very quickly down the hallway, changing dramatically as it moves. The entity becomes considerably larger, and its long rope flares out of the either side, exposing additional hazards that are blocked by the scramble units. That's kind of creepy, though. This thing just like turning towards you, opening its eye, and just dashing. Like nothing else, just you know. It's kind of scary. The humanoid entity slips through the destroyed floor and falls into the mouth of the larger creature, which let out a loud scream as it devours the entity. Long, wet appendages snake into the hallway as Nanku and Munhu begin to retreat. Nanku opens a flamethrower again, warding off the approaching small leeches. Hang on. We will need to find a different route. We will need to find a different route quickly. Follow me. The group moves past the collapsed hallway as Munhu and Nanko provide cover fire. They pass through a custodial dormitory and they exit into a maintenance area behind it. Over there, we can take this path and towards the machine. We're right behind you, but I'm beginning to think this creature is far larger than we anticipated. Onru, take the point. We will move now. Team moves down the long maintenance hallway. The hallway curves to the left, opening out into a large space full of loading equipment and machines. Several large loading docks are visible to the back of the room, though each one is collapsed and destroyed. Around the walls in here are seeping. We can't stay here long. One moment, Munhu. Nanko, how far back are you? Silence. Munhu, Nanko, please report. Irandu Nanko is damaged. We are not going to be able to do gunfire. Rendezvous with you immediately. Onru, to keep us updated on your position, I will let you know where we can regroup. Understood. The group moves to the far end of the maintenance warehouse, exiting through a pair of doors leading into a staff break room. Black fluid seeps through the walls. The group has stopped briefly to bandage up survivors whose wound had begun bleeding again. A loud screeching sound is heard nearby, and the group begins moving again. A little pause to like heal themselves up, just to hear the screeching sound. Like, well, listen, I'd rather walk with an open wound. on their wings. How many? Many more than I can count. They are very small. There's a great multitude of them. You got anything else useful, Power Girl? A tinkling sound like crystal or like crystal on crystal. For crystal butterflies, it has to be that good. We'll get shredded. Unlikely. They're unlikely, you say. The group moves towards the sound, which continues to grow loud until it becomes a cacophonous sound that seems to be right above them. Good God, where's that coming from? Steady? Not steady. You wanted the vent. The vent, you wanted the vent. You got Among Us climbing up the vent, bro. Well, got that clickbait out of the system. In front of them, a grate on the ceiling vent falls to the floor, and a cloud of sparkling crystal butterflies begin to fill the hallway. You want to see butterflies and turns to back of the group. Everybody down, please. As the group drops to the ground, Eon runs towards the cloud of butterflies. He disappears briefly. After a short moment, there's a burst of flame that arcs into the vent, and the sound of shattering crystal can be heard from above them. As the smoke clears, Eon becomes visible again. The majority of his flesh has been shredded by the wings of the butterfly. His entire body is scorched. Significant amounts of flesh hang loose from his body. The skin on his back is blackened and blistered, and a thick metal implant is now visible through the scorched flesh. One who stands and approaches him. Are you able to continue? Of course. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Are you alright? Yes, why wouldn't I be? The group moves through another hall, seeping with black fluid, and then another. But the third hallway is clean and relatively untouched. They ascend a short staircase before coming to a stop before a thick vault door. The machine's behind the door. I came out this way, but the door is sealed behind me. I don't know how to unlock it. Dr. Scott, do you know how to open the door? Oliver through Z9 Holy's mic. No, I never had access to this chamber. I was hoping one would be here. I don't think I can open this door. Suddenly there's a reascending click, and the door in front of him slowly opens. A monitor next to the door illuminates, and a dark room is visible on it. In the back of the room, hidden in shadows, a indistinct humanoid entity waves a harsh electronic static sound. Vaguely reminiscent of laughter can be heard through an unseen loudspeaker. You know, there's an actual Among Us SCP we have to get to eventually. For reference, this was sent after the Among Us joke. Yeah, of course. No worries. I know. I had a feeling where the joke belonged to. You are welcome. Oh, as if in pain. Tanny, oh Tanny, it's so long down here with us. It's so long and sharp. Tanny, why did you make me hurt? Oh, oh. Voice fades as the screen is covered in static. The screen powers off. That's pretty fucked up, clown. Come, hurry. The group enters the chamber beyond the room. The room is very dark, with multitude of dim and green lights visible on the walls of the room. Based on the luminescence of the lights and the apparent distance of them from each other, the room appears to be several hundred meters in diameter. Near the back of the room, a tower is circling green lights is visible. Hey, Power Rangers, can you see anything in here? You have dark vision or something? Yeah, my visor is shot. Only when I were forced to eject our implants after they were damaged by a powerful mutic entity. My visor works. Hang on. Alright, so there's some kind of machine near the back of the room under those lights. I can't really make any of it out from here, but it's there. I don't see. Oh shit! Yeah, I do. On the ceiling there are a lot of those things. What are they? I honestly don't know. I can't make them out. They're definitely fucking with perception. I don't think they've seen us. Seriously though, there might be 500 of these things. 500, Jesus. What are they? I honestly don't know. Oh wait, fine, yeah, that would be more than Ono and myself can deal with. We need to make a decision, either attempt to disable the machine without attracting their attention, or find a way to dispatch the creatures. I am of course willing to accept ideas. I mean, we could blow them up. Houston has explosives. That's a lot of them to try and get all at once, though. Hang on, they're feeding on the power from this thing, aren't they? Why don't we try and get that machine to draw a lot of power to some unnecessary system first, and shock them, like flexing with a mosquito bite when a mosquito bites you? Maybe, but it is more likely that suddenly there's a massive disturbance beneath the chamber to the left of the group, roughly 100 meters away. There's an explosion on the wall. And the wall falls away. From within the walls emerges a long, slick black appendage covered in red eyes. The eyes open simultaneously. Fuck. Not even the time to fucking breathe and think in this. Oh my god, this is so. Oh my god, this is so long. There's a screeching sound from above them. So, Howard, can you tell me how long are the other SCPs afterwards? And from above them, many hundreds of short, imperceptible entities fall from the ceiling. The black entity in the wall begins to lash out the small entities and to pull them in towards the mouth that has appeared on its front. The creature flies towards the larger creature and begin to tear off its claws, though many are shuffled into the open mouth of the creature. Pause that works as well. The rest of you only get to the machine. The rest of you get back to the hallway. We will not have much time. What we can do, Howard, after reading this one, tomorrow my parents are gone, and I can do a Discord reading stream. So instead of streaming it on, I will have to record it, of course, but instead of streaming it on Twitch, because Monday is my Twitch day off, we will read the next 9 tomorrow. Not this late. It's gonna be actually during the daytime for you. Because yeah, it definitely is a long one, but we'll see. That works as well. Only get to the machine. The rest of you get back to the hallway. We not have much time. The group retreats into a hallway outside of the large room. Onu sprints across the chamber as more and more of the smaller entities fall from the ceiling and attack the black creature. Several of them begin to move towards Onu and only to be dispatched by weapon fire from Irantu as she reaches the manual control panel of the machine. Onu inputs the information provided to her by members of the Dr. Scott's team. Lights around the room illuminate, exposing an enormous, vastly complicated machine that encompasses the entire back wall of the room. More and more of the hostile entities spill off towards Onu, who pauses to open fire on those who come too close. From beneath the room, there is another disturbance, and the floor of the middle end of the room falls away, and a long black entity emerges from the hole in the floor, and the long tendrils snake out towards Onu. From behind Irantu comes gunfire, and the entire AP3 team has emerged from the door and began firing at the entity. The creature recoils, black fluid spilling from gunshot wounds. The tendrils whip around towards them, gripping AP3 Vigo and tossing them in the air. He strikes the wall, and his body falls to the ground, where his first black entity grabs it with a tendril and pulls it into the mouth. Suddenly, small black leeches begin to pour from the hole in the floor and move quickly towards Irantu. Houston and Hohalo open fire on the leeches. Ross moves to pull Irantu away from the hole. As he tosses an incendiary grenade into the hole and pulls Irantu to the ground. There's an explosion and flame erupts around the black entity, which rears back and flares before collapsing into the hole. From deep below them, The group can hear a very loud screaming sound. Suddenly the entire room is shaking. The other black entity retracts into its hole, collapsing the wall behind it as it does. The remaining creatures from the ceiling are dispatched by the AP3 and 9 teams. As they do, and as the room begins to shake more violently, several lights affixed to the machine in the back begin to flash and then dim, and the sound of something winding down is heard over the gunfire. Fuck, goddammit, Vigo, fuck! T5 Onru approaches from across the room. The loss of Vigo is disappointing. I am sorry, we do not have substantial amount of time to grieve. We must keep moving. Onru, Ross, Houston, Yohara, and to leave from the chamber. More rumbling is felt beneath them, and occasional loud screeching sounds punctuate the machine noise from this section of the facility. They reach a stairwell, and Houston throws the door open. Whoa, fuck, what? What is the matter? There's nothing here. The door just opens up into nothing. It's just dark as far as down as I can see. It is likely that disabling the thresher device has altered our previous escape route. We will need to devise another. We will need to devise another path to the surface. Yes, for a moment. Una, where are you? Difficult to say. Unfortunately, after you powered down the machine, we just did. Fine timing then. We are pursued by a creature, and then suddenly there was a wall where the creature had been. The local topography appears to have reset itself. Stay in one place. We will come to find you. Our escape begins now. Fantastic. The main group leaves the empty stairwell and then turns back down the hallway they came through. Passing by the thresher across access the hallway again, they turn and begin to climb another staircase. As they reach the top, Iranto pauses. The hallway in front of them is covered ankle high in water. As they begin to move slowly through the water, one of the researchers behind them screams, "What is it?" "Bodies, look." Just below the surface of the water, pale human corpses are visible, appearing to be floating roughly a half-meter down. Do not attempt to look at them. You do not recognize them. Move quickly. Come on. The team hurries from the hallway towards another set of doors, and at the end were written on the wall are the words "What happened to Site 13" with the word "What" covered by the word Emerson, and the words "Have we become blasphemous" beneath that. The group proceeds without incident for a short while longer, slowly ascending as safe routes become available. After roughly 8 minutes of travel, the group enters a large mechanical garage where several pieces of large machinery sits in various states of repair. They pause to secure one of the injured survivors while Onru attempts to devise a new route. Suddenly, a loud banging sound is heard, and a piece of machinery flies across the room, and narrowing missing AP3 Ross, who shouts, "Whoa, fuck, where did that come from?" In the corner of the room, a stack of mechanical parts is seen moving, rising up and self-assembling into a quasi-humanoid entity. Attached to the top of the large mechanical construct is a small, crudely constructed toy robot. The entity begins to move towards them, and the voice is heard from an unknown source within the entity. Deep laughter. I am reborn to breathe devastation upon this fetid earth. Pitiful humans, you will feel the dark sting of my never-ending torment. The small robot on top to the construct is seen waving its arm wildly. This is annoying. Onru, get the people out. Ross, to me. I am the herald of destruction. Embrace death. T5 Iranto, AP3 Ross, Houston, Ohio open fire on the entity to little effect. The entity lifts another large piece of equipment and throws towards the group, missing them wide. Ohio throws a fragmentary grenade at the entity, which it catches in one of its outstretched hands and grips it tightly. The grenade explodes, shattering the creature's hand and causes it to stagger sideways. How dare you! I will tread upon you like... T5 Onru is seen. Isn't there some sort of robotic toy that thinks they're the most dangerous thing, even though they suck at it? I think that's one of the SCPs. Yeah, like it's like a toy that like they believe that they are the harbinger of death, the death and destruction, the doom incarnated, but they just can't do it. It's Pestobot. Yeah, it is. Fucking knew it. Is seen sprinting towards the entity. As she approaches it, she leaps into the air, sailing over the top of it in a tall arc. As she reaches the top of the arc, she reaches out and grabs a small toy robot on the top of the construct, causing it to collapse. As she slips towards the ground, she tosses the robot towards the wall. "No, I'm the harbinger, I'm..." The toy robot strikes the wall and is shattered. "Iranto, is that you? We just heard something crashing." "You must be near. Stay where you are. We are en route." The group moves out of the garage and towards the larger atrium section. From around the corner come T5 Monroe and Nanku. Monroe appears to have sustained burns to his lower body, but is otherwise undamaged. Nanku is missing the lower half of her jaw, and black fluid covers to the front of her bodysuit. She waves with her remaining hand as the group approaches. "You look well." Admittedly, morale has increased in the group since Nanku found herself unable to talk. T5 Nanku points at Monroe with her flamethrower, seemingly forgetting she is missing an arm on the side. Realizing this, she makes an obscene gesture towards Monroe with her remaining hand. This is a Cuban Union, but let's get back to this shit. How far are we from the entrance? This is the main atrium. If we follow this hallway here, we will lead towards a processing station, and past that we should find access point to the surface. Exceptional. Let's get let out then. And from below them, there's a very loud crashing sound and more screaming. The floor beneath the group begin to buckle. Fuck, run! The group flees towards the hallway. Mono identified but are stopped when the floor there also collapses. A plume of smoke erupts from the destroyed floor, and one researcher slips on the collapsing ground and slides into it. T5 only leads the group away from the atrium at the floor. There's complete collapses. Hunter stops to turn and look down inside the hole. Beneath the hole is an incredibly large chamber, appearing to have been dug through dozens of layers of subterranean floors within the chamber. Many small lights around the outside, and at the bottom is a massive black mass, with several other large black masses extending from it. As he pulled away, Hunter sees red eyes open across the entire mass of the creature, and hears more screaming. The group flees down a side hallway, but are pursued by long black tendrils snaking out of the hole. AP3, Ross, and Houston open fire on the tendrils, holding them momentarily, but they are quickly replaced by more. C9 Morris is seen slipping on a patch of black fluid and falling before being consumed by the end of one of the tendrils. There are the sounds of metal crashing and rock and concrete being crushed at the structure around them. Heaves violently. Black leeches begin to pour out the walls around them, and Nanko opens a flamethrower at them. They round the corner to find a dead end, and in turn back are confronted with another black tendril that has burst through a hole in the wall. Holy fuck, we're trapped. This is it. This is it. Holy fuck. Oh no, we need a way out. I am having difficulty. Gunfire. Wait, I have an idea. I think I know where we are. I have an idea. Come on, you fuckers, we're not dying here. The group follows Hollis towards a descending stairwell and moves quickly down it. Hollis tosses an incendiary grenade towards the encroaching tendrils and slams the door shut behind her as it explodes. This is fucking Dante's Inferno of SCP reading right now. The screams from below them intensify as they descend, and the stairway began. No, 9 levels of hell. That's what it was. Begins to shake. Holes in the stairwell open, and more leeches begin to pour out of them. All task force members open fire as long tendrils snake through the hole as well. Upon reaching a landing, Hollis motions the group in the door. Here, in here, go. It's the Dark Souls of SCP reading. You just gotta dodge and attack. The group enters a hallway and sprints towards the other end. As they do, they pass a sign on the wall. The reed stares through the chronics. Mono notices this as they pass. I am getting a bit of an energy boost right now, so who knows? Maybe I am going to read more. Captain Hollis, what are you doing? You're going to have to trust me here, Blue Ranger. I've been doing this a long time. Okay, I think this will work. The group exits the hallway into a large observation section, passing the many large windows with blast protectors down across them. The team stops in front of one window overlooking a massive chamber lined with a huge steel door. Overhead are the words Olympia class testing observation. Hollis, what do you have in mind? Call it a hunch? We need to get downstairs. Come on. The group runs down towards the stairway on the end of the room and quickly descend to the main level of this wing. As they exit into the floor of the Olympia-class containment chamber, the wall behind them begins to buckle and leeches begin to pour out of it. Pink Ranger, the panel over there, you need to get open. What? I said open the goddamn door. What the fuck are you waiting for? Go. Maybe, don't call them by, like, Ranger names. T5 Onu runs towards the control panel near one of the tall steel doors. The wall behind them continues to buckle. I mean, that would be hella confusing if I did the same thing on the film set. If I just went to the director, I was like, hey, Black Ranger, do you want to do one more shot? And he's like, yeah, I do want to do one more shot. It's like, okay, I'm going to tell Yellow Ranger and Pink Ranger that they should prepare for the one more shot then. And they're like, what is he? That one, get one open, yeah, absolutely. T5 Monu attempts to access the door controls. C9 Hollis turns towards the group. Everyone else, listen to me. You civilians need to get the far end of this room as far as it goes. Just keep running. There's an access point to the power station above this part of the facility. You need to just keep climbing until you get there. Once you're there, you need to blow a wall that you get out, but you need to hurry. Shit is about to pop off in a pretty major way down here. Ross, you and your boys just fire at anything that comes out of that wall. I'll tell you when we can go. Iranto, you stay with me. This is going to get pretty messy. Understood. Alright, pauses. Fucking go. Come on. The group flees down the main pathway through the chamber. I have to get water afterwards. From the buckling wall behind them, the wall finally gives way, and a gargantuan black slick entity pours into the chamber. It's at least 200 meters in height, covered in black tendrils and dark red eyes. When it sees the group, it opens a massive mouthful of rows of long, yellow teeth. In the center of the mouth, a naked human woman is visibly conjoined in some way, or sort of a prehensile tongue with the creature. As it opens its mouth, it lets out a piercing scream and begins to move towards the group. I'm not sure if this is an SCP we have read yet. Is this like, you know, I'm gonna highlight this so I don't fucking lose it. Is this supposed to be Jesus Christ, look how much we read. Supposed to be like this one, the foundations of it. No, it's not. Never mind. I think it's originally made for this. Okay. Good to know. Every available task force member opens, just like that thing that Emerson's attached to. Gotcha. Every available task force member opens fire at the creature, emptying the remaining magazines and throwing away possible incendiary weapon towards it. The creature is deterred slightly, but for every place is pierced by weapons, fire, black fluid, and more black leeches begin to pour from its body. Several long tendrils begin to snake towards the group of task force. All I can think of is like his nemesis when he transforms into this. Actually, more like when he transforms into this. That's all I can think of from the explanation. Which came from the author's dream, I think. Interesting. I think I have it, Captain Hollis. Come on, then go, throw the fucking thing. T5 only steps away from the control panel and runs back towards the group in the middle of the chamber as a loud groaning is heard behind them. The rest of the team sees the huge metal door begin to slide open. A thick cloud of ice-cold fog rolls out of the chamber, obscuring the interior from view. What's in there? Mono, you got yours? Hang on, pause. Yeah, I think that will do. Suddenly the door behind Mono begins to glow bright red and white, and then the center of it buckles and the door collapses. As Mono hurries away, a colossal motionless flaming humanoid entity floats out of the chamber. In its unmoving hand is a large sword. Are we? Where is it? Where you at? Where the fuck is the... No. No. I did not just get a massive sense of Dr. Clef's proposal. Yes. Well, yes. Is it this boy? Is it my boy? Is it my boy? Actually, that's not. I think that's not really the one, is it? Wasn't there? There's two of them. There's another like guardian-like thing. But I was thinking of something like that. But there's another one that's like has a giant sword and just. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We don't have to. We don't need to go into fucking detail with it. Flaming wings unfold from its back. I mean, the flaming wings. Oh, the image has changed. That explains it. As the tentacle comes close, long streaks of fire erupts from the sword towards them. Yeah, so it is Doctor. It is my boy. My boy! Rupturing them and sending black fluid and scorched leeches flying across the room. The massive black creature screams and dozens of other tendrils fly towards the flaming humanoid. As the two engage, there's another sound like a long whining, and then suddenly the room is silent. From within the cold, foggy room, a towering, vaguely serving creature steps out into the main chamber. It is composed of a body covered in a light green and cream-colored hair, a long, thin neck ending in a hairless, somewhat humanoid face, and vast intertwined white and black antlers that pulse with streaks of blue light. Floating above its head are 9 concentric rings of glowing, rotating crystals and metallic spheres. The creature slowly steps out of the containment cell and turns to look at the team on the ground below. It opens its mouth and a long, droning sound is heard through the room. Around its body, several large metallic cylindrical structures appear to fall by a distinct crackling sound. It begins to step towards the team of task force members, but it's struck from behind by 3 black tendrils that wrap around its neck. The creature let out another drone, and suddenly the sound returns to the chamber as long streaks of fire arc across the space. The cylindrical constructs turn longwise and speed across the room towards the black creature, striking it in its center mass. All around the servant entity, more and more metallic spheres appear and fly towards both the black creature and the flaming humanoid, which in turn begins to attack each other. Fucking yes, go get him, big guy. To the team, time to fucking go, kids, let's go. The team begins to sprint after the group of the civilians towards the far wall as jets of fire strike the ground around them. T5 Nanku catches the end of a dismembered black tentacle in her shoulder, throwing her off balance. She falls to the ground, firing openly with her weapon as she is engulfed in fire. AP3 Houston pauses briefly to turn towards her, but is grabbed by Iranto. We do not have the time. As they near the group of survivors, all of whom are huddled near an exit door at the end of the chamber, there's a crashing sound. They turn to the servine entity standing up from where it had been thrown across the room. The black creature whips at it as more metallic spheres appear, and arc back towards it. Ah, shame. There's an eruption of fire as the flaming humanoid is struck by another several tentacles which try to pull the humanoid towards the mouth of the black entity. The team reaches the survivors and quickly exits through the door. The group begins to quickly ascend to the staircase with him. Not sure if I'll return in time, but this has been a blast. We'll see if I will see how much I can continue reading after this one. But I have to get myself a bottle of water because my voice is asking for it. That's for sure. Alright, just like I said, we need to go up over a long thin metallic cylinder crashes through the wall of the stairwell. Now we're missing one of the researchers and Dr. Scott. A second cylinder comes through the wall, striking onto and obliterating him as it contacts the wall behind him. As the group continues to ascend, fire fills the stairwell below them and another long, loud droning sound can be heard, followed by a silence and then followed by a thick bursting sound that shakes the entire facility. The group reaches a landing and begins to move towards another staircase at the end of the hallway. Z9 Hollis hangs behind. What are you doing? Giving you some more time and something else, I think. Get those people out of here. Go. I can't stand behind, Hollis. Your life is finite. Yeah, I get the spiel, Power Ranger, but right now you need to get these people out of here. Let me do my thing, alright? I'll catch up with you later. I understand. Good luck out, Hollis. You almost sound like a person there for a second, Monroe. I mean, yeah, you all went through so much shit. He probably cares for you guys now. Then Hollis runs away from the group. T5 Monroe catches up to the rest of the group, who reaches another staircase and begins to ascend. For the next 10 minutes, the group continues to ascend through the facility, several times narrowly avoiding debris and falling rubble as the lower levels of the site begin to collapse. The sounds of the entities below continue to be heard, and several times the creature becomes visible through large gaps in the walls of floors. At one point, AP3 Ross catches sight of an unmoving flaming humanoid nearly completely covered in metal, as long streaks of fire burst through open seams in its encasement. Shortly afterwards, there's 2 minutes break in all video footage, followed by a shot of the head of the stubborn creature smashing through a wall in front of the group. As they turn to run away from it, the head turns towards them and the 2 researchers are instantly transmuted into hexagonal columns of an unknown yellow-green material. After a short time longer, AP3 Ross picks up a signal from Site Command. Team lead is Site Command, do you read us? Holy fuck, yes, yeah, I do. Do you hear me? We do. You are You have appeared on our geolocating system. Ross, you're not that far from the exit. Where's Captain Hollis? And Eon's dead. Hollis, she ran off a while back. We haven't seen her since then. Understood. What about the rest? We suffered some casualties, some gunfire. Fuck, we lost a few of the civilians and Vigo and a few others. It's really bad in here right now. In the command, we're going to need all the help we can get. Monroe, where's Onru? She was behind us. Where is she? Don't worry about that now. We're making an extraction point at your visor. The extraction team is waiting for you there. We're going to get you all out. You're fucking better. The group hurries towards the extraction point as their side continues to collapse around them. There's still more afterwards. That's what worries me. Like, how is there more? Don't worry about it now. Collapsing around them above the ground, the Euro surveillance captures footage of large sections of the site sliding into the ground and smoke beginning to billow from the power station, nearby mechanical facilities. Jets of flames become visible as the earth beneath SCP-1730 begins to give way. Mobile Task Force Alpha 20 Holy Divers enters the site near the Rumblings power station. The group of survivors comes into the view and are immediately moved towards the access point and then away from the site by members of MTF A20. As the rest of the task force members are pulled away from the site, a separate transmission reaches site command originating from T5 Onru. T5 Onru and C9 Hollies are standing in front of the Thresher's device, which roars with activity behind them. They are firing their weapons at an encroaching black mass in front of them, which is punctured by streaks of fire. In the background, the Serbian entity can be seen tearing through black tendrils with its antlers as long rods of flaming metal streak across the room towards the black entity. I'm going to read all the SCPs tonight. I don't give a damn if it's going to take until 5 in the morning. She has removed the helmet. This is about pride. This is now a pride thing, because I have to think about that one guy that on Reddit said to me, "Hey, good luck with 1730, man. Good luck." And I'm like, you really gonna say that to me, eh? Streaks of electricity arc across the ceiling above them. She smiles and turns towards Onru, who looks down to find her torso has been destroyed by a jet of flame. As Onru slumps to the side, the last shot is of C9 Hollis, laughing hysterically and wildly firing her weapon as the enormous machine behind her begins to glow bright white. There's a flash, and the transmission ends. Outside, as MTF A20 continues to move 1730 researchers and personnel to safety, there's a deafening crackling sound and a loud hum fills in the air. The area around the site begins to visibly distort as if being seen through. Forward, and then suddenly SCP-1730 is gone. In its place, it's an immense crater over 1 kilometer in diameter. No other transmission are received from within the site. No other anomalous activity is detected. End log. In the wake of the events detailed in this log, SCP-1730 has been reclassified as neutralized. Further investigation is ongoing. Debriefing reports will become available as soon as they are declassified. I will say already, next to the cave that does like similar bullshit to the people, this is probably one of the SCPs that was probably the most intense for researchers and agents to deal with. Yes, of course there's 096. Yes, of course there's the hard to kill reptile. Yes, of course there's a bunch of SCPs that are bonkers, but this one probably is like one of those SCPs where they're like, we didn't solve shit. We didn't solve shit. It just tossed us around like rag dolls, and now it's gone. That's how I would see it. Don't push yourself, man. You're already above and beyond the Call of Duty at this point. I know, but I'm also very stubborn. Like, part of me is like, man, we should leave it after this, and part of me is like, no. Addendum 10, extraction mission, debriefing report. I mean, depending on how, if this is not like 2 hours to read, then yeah, of course not. Then I'm like, okay. Okay, motherfuckers, I see how it is. Mission debrief interview. Captain Abraham Ross, Mobile Task Force, Apollo 3 Game 1's team lead. Dr. Peter Vincent, SCP-1730 extraction. I mean, they saved some alternate universe stuff. They did. Yeah. SCP-1730, the following is an audio transcript excerpt of an interview conducted by professional Site 23 personnel regarding SCP-1730. The information contained in this file is unconfirmed. Under further review for the full file, please contact the information records administrator at Site 17. Okay, now I can do voices again. Ross was like the deeper voice, so please state your name for the transcript. Captain Ephraim Ross, Mobile Task Force Apollo 3, Game Wardens. Thank you, Captain Ross. Alright, let's see. Your team was directed to infiltrate SCP-1730 and search for the source of the radio signal we were receiving. Is that correct? It is. Tell me about your initial incursion. You've listened to the logs? I have myself. No, they're still being processed. Yeah, see, after this is the moment when, as an agent to the Foundation, I'll be like, stop. Stop. Don't do this whole interview thing with me. I had enough. I'm done. I've been down there for who knows how many days. And I just lost close people to me. And at the end, we couldn't even keep the fucking thing contained. It vanished. Don't, at least, you know, put in the effort and watch or listen to the logs that we made. Because if you're not going to, why would I put effort into answering your question? I'm sorry, I would be like that. I'd be like, hey, are you fucking kidding me? I survived life. I was in a life and death situation where there was an 80% chance I was about to die. And I got out. Thank God I got out before the whole thing fucking got eviscerated, like obliterated, teleported, whoever the fuck happened to it. And you want to tell me you didn't spend a day just watching my logs? The Foundation therapists be rich as fuck. Yeah, but they'd be busy as hell. It wasn't good in there, but as I can tell, wherever Site 13 came from, they were using it as sort of end-of-the-line processing facility. Every so often we see placards up on these containment cells about how certain things were due to termination. Judging by what the Samsara team saw, that was all about the case. They were bringing in anomalies, doing some invasive investigation to them, and then destroying them. What sort of anomalies were being housed there, could you tell? I mean, shit, it was really hard to tell. Somewhere along the line, the power had gone out and it had gone all Jurassic Park in there. Of just what we encountered, there was some kind of encroaching blackness that fucked up Houston legs. And have you seen Houston? Is he alright? He's being looked at by medical right now. They're going to bring him over soon. Here soon, I think he's probably alright. Do you think that Houston leg is supposed to be a reference to the cat that like has like half a body? But he acts like, you know, he still has a lower body. Is that, I mean, makes the most sense to me, right? Shit, I gotta go. Hopefully I'll be back in an hour. So, yeah, in an hour I'll probably still be reading. That's good. Yeah, I mean, but other than that, there was also this thing. I don't know if it was a person or not, but sort of bent space around it and Noah. It's okay, we can... No, this needs to be done. We took some losses on all of the teams. It was bad. Based on what we saw at the end, it could have gone a lot worse too. At the end? You didn't see it? No, you haven't seen the video. That's definitely a reference to Josie. That's nice. I think this is why it's so beloved, because it's like it's a interesting story that combines SCPs that you could know into it, and if you don't know, it's still fun to read. You didn't see? No, you haven't seen the video. They had these cells down below the side. They must have been the size of a football stadium each. Hollis had them open a few up so we could make our retreat in the things inside. One of them looked at me like I might look at an ant. It was like a god, and they had them in boxes. I counted 20 of these cells, but the chamber went out on a lot further past what I could see. What were they keeping those? How were they keeping them in there? End log. Next interview. Agent Liam O'Hallow, Mobile Task Force Apollo 3 game warden. Is this the same? Yeah, it's also Dr. Vincent again. Dr. Peter Vincent. The following is an audio transcript except of the interview conducted by Provisional Site 23 personnel regarding SCP-1730. The information contained in this file is unconfirmed and under further review. For the full file, please contact the information records administrator at Site 17. All right. If you could please state your name for the official transcript. Agent O'Hallow. Is there something we should have died in there? This isn't real. This isn't real. We're supposed to die in there. Agent, we really have to file this report. If you could just cooperate with me for a moment so I can get your official testimony. We have counselors on site who can speak to you afterwards. He fucking needs it. O'Hallow? Okay, he's just fucking traumatized. Yeah, that's great. The Isha St. Clair, talking to Iran 2. I didn't give Iran 2 a voice, but if we can now give them a voice. The following is an audio transcript of an interview conducted by the member of the Mobile Task Force Tau 5 research team regarding SCP-1730. The information contained in this file is unconfirmed and under further review. For the full file, please contact the information records administrator at Site 17. Dr. St. Clair, state your name for the record, please. I am Irantu, leader of Mobile Task Force Tau 5 Samsara. In your own words, please describe the event that took place while you were within SCP-1730. Of course, the Tau 5 demons surged into SCP-1730 and began to move towards the source of the broadcast. Envoy was able to track the location of the survivors and plotted a course towards them that would expose us to the fewest spatial hazards possible. Several times our course has been adjusted due to the unforeseen obstacles, but nothing that we were not able to overcome. Shortly after rendezvous with Captain Hollis and the survivors, our extraction efforts led us through the section of the facility containing the thresher machine, which we believe is what resulted in SCP-1730 existing within our universe. Shortly thereafter, during our retreat, I was terminated. I see. As for Agent Morris, Vigo, and the others, they were also terminated. Expired, succumbed to their injuries. I know what it means, I can't help but feel as if you feel good about this. I feel neither good nor bad, only satisfied at the outcome. What? Our extraction mission was a success. With minimal loss of life, our team was able to infiltrate an extremely hazardous and volatile spatial anomaly and extract several high-value persons of interest. I do not know what else you would like me to say. We were exposed to a number of dangerous anomalies and were able to successfully carry out our mission. There were regrettable losses of capable and experienced personnel, but not outside of our margin of error. On the contrary, our team performed better than our preliminary models predicted. I see. Thank you, Rantu. I will be sure to include your remarks in the report. You are welcome. As is required by cooperative mission protocol, I would like the opportunity to debrief with Zeta 9 Captain Hollis. Captain Hollis was killed within SCP-1730. Irantu? Regrettable. Captain Hollis expressed great resilience in the face of near-certain failure. A protocol dictates. I will file my report instead with Captain Hollis assigned Site Administrator Office. Thank you for your time, Doctor. He went from yeah, no, listen. Sometimes you lose people. Hey, can I talk to him? He's dead. Oh shit. Medex, whatever that means. Agent Carter Hoston, okay. Dr. Ian Harris, yeah. Agent Carter, yeah. The following is an audio transcript except of the interview conducted by Provisional Site 23 personnel regarding SCP-1730. The information contained in this file is unconfirmed and under further review. For the full file, please contact the information records administrator at Site 17. Okay, Dr. Harris. That's a whole different guy. Alright, first of all, I need your name for our logs. Sure, I'm Carter Houston, member of the Apollo 3 team. Good. Now, Agent Houston, describe to me your affliction here as much as you can. Well, I'm sure it's pretty clear, but I don't seem to have shins anymore.
there's a line where the thing that covered them up came up too, and then you can sort of see the inside of the leg there, like it's been replaced with a flat piece of glass or something. But I can still, I can still walk. It doesn't really feel like I'm missing anything down there. It just looks like it. And yeah, you can sort of run your hand through where they should be, obviously, because they're not there. But I don't feel that either. So yeah, I see. What can you tell me about this material you said you stepped in? Fell in, actually. I tripped, and it sort of just kept coming. It was shit. We opened the door and it looked like there wasn't anything on the other side of it. Then it started to rise through the door and up to the stairwell. You ever play video games? It was like some sort of graphical glitch. It wasn't rising fast or anything, just steady. We eventually got to the door, but that was after I fell, and then this. Can you tell me anything about the initial sensation? Initial sensation? Did it hurt? Oh, no, I mean, I didn't realize what was happening at first. Everybody else was panicking, and then I looked down and saw they were gone, and I started panicking, but, I mean, obviously I was already and never hurt, so no. It just feels normal. Well, not normal, it's obviously weird, my legs are missing, and I think I might be in shock, but every now and then I can sort of feel something sort of brush past them. Brush past them. Yeah, I mean, the parts that are missing down there, I was imagining at first, like guys will have phantom pain, but it's, I mean, I can actually feel my legs, so I don't think that it's that. It's like there's something sort of furry and kind of wet that just barely brushes past them. Who knows? It is definitely the cat. It's a cat that's brushing past them. Oh, that's so cute. It's Josie. The lower part of Josie. Monroe, Mobile Task Force Tower 5, also didn't give him a name. Can you please stop giving more people? Captain Alien O'Neill, Mobile Task Force, these 26 time cops. The following is an audio transcript, so it's all the same. When did you lose track of Captain Hollis? In the chaos of our retreat, Captain Hollis was separated from us. I do not know when. Monroe, your camera was undamaged. We know you spoke to her before she left. Damn. I'm not very good at that. Why didn't you keep her from leaving your group? I only knew Captain Hollis for a handful of hours, but in that time she proved to be an experienced and capable agent. I assumed that any decision she would make in regards to her own personal behavior would be made with experience and training in mind, both of which exceeded my own. Additionally, she outranked me. Your mission and parameters forbade you from allowing our team members from putting themselves in harm's way, and required that you do everything you could to mitigate the loss of life. How do you reconcile your actions with those requirements? Technically speaking, nothing I did allowed Captain Hollis to put herself in any danger. I could not foresee the outcome of her actions and used to my best judgment to justify my own. For all I knew, she could have been moving to a safer location, away from the group. It would be logical to assume that an agent with her level of experience would purposely endanger themselves in an unpredictable situation. And you believe your justification or an acceptable interpretation of your mission protocols? Of course. Very well. When you return to holding, you will be meeting with Iran to discuss this. I hope your arguments hold up. As do I. I mean, to be fair, yeah, he didn't know the whole place is gonna go. So, from all he could tell, she would do something and then walk out. But like, yeah, that did not happen. Onru, man, a lot of the Samsara guys are being interviewed. Dr. Derry and Arnold. Yeah, same thing over here. What? Okay, why did you pursue Captain Hollis? I believed I understood Captain Hollis' intention before she left the room, based on a discussion with the team lead before we began our extraction. I feel that she might have not been capable of returning along our previous course without my assistance. Your recording equipment went dark for a long period before becoming active again in the Thresher area. What happened during that time? En route, I'm going to need an answer. I disabled the equipment. There was a room we passed through that was different than it had been before. It was a server room above the Olympia containment cells. I do not know how our path ended there. I had not intended it to. It was a mistake. When we entered it, it was on the room it had been, but what do you mean? I am sorry, it is difficult to describe. When we entered the door, I could see the servers around me, but I superimposed over them. There
was we were standing on a precipice of overlooking an area the size of which I cannot estimate. Below us were humans screaming, their arms ending at the wrists, crying to a silent sky for restitution, and then the sky burned. It was like a star had fallen, and I had to look away. Hollis could not. When I turned back, I could see scorched corpses on the ground below. Billions of them, but billions of other living beings who came rushing towards the fallen star with their arms outstretched and hanging in the star like a twisted marionette was. At Site 13, they called it Maldramagian. In this place, they called it another name, a hateful name. Why did you disable your recording equipment? When I first encountered this entity, it creates anomalous mimetic and cognitive hazards powerful enough to burn the scramble unit out of my eyes. I did not know what it would have done to anyone who was not otherwise protected. What did you do? It shot us things, visions, calls of fire in the sky made alive with a storm of souls, a whole ascent of the universe that screamed at me, a god of nightmare, something long and lean, slowly walking between endless rows of crucifixion, and then it showed something to Hollis that I did not see. When it did, the runes across it, its head, began to burn and pulse, and the man who it strapped there began to blister and fester. When it was done, I saw an ocean behind it and a blue sky. A sky, it turned towards the ocean and sank into it. When it was gone, the visions faded and the room was empty. I see. After that, Hollis ran. I followed her. She said nothing until we reached the machine. She told me that she had been there all alone for some time. She said she knew how to turn it on. She said that she did not know where she would go, but she needed to take the things she saw and bury them in the darkness. Before she could start the machine, the creatures from the containment cells came into that chamber and I was terminated. Did Captain Hollis say anything to you before you died? No. She only laughed and wept. And log. Last one. And of course the last one is the fucking longest. God damn it, dude. Dr. Mohammed Scott, Site 13 Assistant Director of Temporal Studies, Dr. William Vestler. Why are you adding more characters? This thing already has thousands of characters in it. Man. Please state your name for the record. My name is Dr. Mohammed Scott. You seem to be a little out of place, Dr. Scott. Only a little. Our two timelines were not so different, I think. Except for one thing. Yes, there's that. Tell me about Site 13. Site 13. Do you want the brief version or as thorough as you can be? Very well. Why do you have to say that? Now I gotta read that. Very well. Originally, there were plans to build a large containment facility in the American Midwest, but that was before. Let me back up. In 1964, the Foundation discovered a massive Dead Sea creature washed up on the shore near the Indian-Bangladeshi border. No facility in the region had the kind of infrastructure it took to hold the body of this entity, let alone study it. So several ships were dispatched and it was dragged through the ocean back towards the United States. Prior to this, the plan was to build Site 19 in the American Midwest, but afterwards it was decided that there was no way to conceal a creature of this size and shuttle it across the U.S. mainland. So after some deliberation, the Site 19 plans were scrapped and the focus given to another facility near Nome, Alaska. That was Site 13. Even in the beginning, it was massive, considerably larger than any other site the Foundation managed, and it quickly became a premier containment facility. It was remote, fortified, and best of all, easily concealed in the snow and ice. After the Soviet Union collapsed in 1985, we learned that they didn't even know Site 13 existed, let alone where it was. I see. I see. When did you join the Foundation, Dr. Scott? Oh, in 76. I joined straight out of university, recruited by one of the administrators at my school. That was back when we were still independent. I worked at Site 33 in Bermuda. 22, why was I 33? Yeah, Site 22 in Bermuda. The best job I ever had. It was a much different foundation. Tell me about what happened to the Foundation. Site 13 was very expensive to operate, and there were some financial difficulties. In 1994, a Marxist extremist from the Ukraine detonated a bomb in the basement of the Manchester Financial Tower. in Chicago. Footnote: the Willis Tower, formerly the Sears Tower. A fire started at the base of the building, and eventually the tower collapsed at its base and fell over on the side. Thousands died. The United States government was enraged at the foundation after it was discovered that the extremists in the question had used an anomaly to enter the basement and get past security. Thought that the billions of dollars that the United States were funneling to the foundation were being wasted. After the 1996 election, President Dole decided to cut all funding to the foundation sites in the States. All available funding went to keeping those sites afloat, and with the weight of Site 13, the situation was dire. So what happened? A compromise. A former Dole staff named Paul Manafort was appointed as the Secretary General of the Global Occult Coalition and came to us with a solution. We group our resources with the coalition, combining our efforts to protect normalcy under the leadership. We would keep our name and our sites, but the director would be appointed by the UN Security Council. We would once again receive funding from the United States, as well as generated by the United Nations, and would be able to keep the lights on. But the Overseer Council refused. They hunkered down at Overwatch Command and refused to bend the knee. And a few years later, a site in Portland, Oregon collapsed due to crumbling infrastructure. And a creature we called the Dream Whale was spotted floating down the California coast. I think we have that as well. This was very early internet days, but that didn't stop film cameras, and it was a disaster. The Overseers immobilized all of our task forces in the area, but we didn't even have the money for the amnestics. In a day, it would be over San Francisco, and that would basically be the end of it. Then we got an internet email that the Overseer Council had been disbanded and that the Foundation was now under the operation of the COC. Secretary General Manafort and the Security Council established a new board of directors overnight, and before the sun rose, the Dream Whale was recontained and every loose end was tied up. Nobody resisted the change in leadership. Why would we? We suddenly had money. We were suddenly no longer having to decide between taking notes on the back of our hands or not taking them at all. Secretary General Manafort installed a new foundation administrator, Vice President Jack Kemp, but it was little more than a figurehead. New directors were appointed, most of them from our own site staff, so it looked good. Honestly, we were finally able to carry out our mission to its fullest. We had technology, we had personnel, it was wonderful. And then we started to hear about people being reassigned, anomalies being shipped off-site and never returning. You would hear people talk about, oh, so-and-so is in trouble now, they're going to be sent to Site 13. I thought most of it was just talk, and that was reassigned in 2003. What was that like? Oh my god, why? Oh god. Cold. Site 13 was immense and the lights stayed on, but the facility was always cold. They were always working on the side, more and more construction on the ground. I kept leaving. I'm going to read a bit faster. Exteriors they were open at first, it wasn't so bad. I was able to keep doing my research and I had more funding than ever. Temporal spatial studies, the director that then was Jack Bright, one of the old doctors from back in the day. Very charismatic. The staff loved him, and he has a medallion. Oh, he wore some anomaly from way back then. He made him immortal. So long as he had it on, he wouldn't age. Anyway, things were great for a few years. Then one day, another property doctor is found dead in her office. Cynthia lied. The story we all got is that Brad had fancied her, but when he found she was with another man, he went and killed her in a fit of passion. Brad is summarily locked up, and Elliot Emerson is installed as director of Site 13E. What's that? Emerson was one. Emerson was one of the Bride's research teams when he was assigned to Site 15. He wasn't a proper doctor, but was a good administrator and helped make sure that the important projects stayed afloat during financial crisis. He was on the short list of people to become the director of Site 13 after the reorganization, but Bride got picked over him. Some people said he felt slighted. A lot of people said he framed Bride. I think Manafort didn't like Bride. Anti-coalition sentiments had him made out to be some dangerous anomaly that had been contained, that then put Emerson up because nobody would complain about Emerson. He was very middle of the road, didn't stand out much. Elliot ended up doing some terrible things, but I truly believe he was only doing them because Manafort demanded it. What kind of terrible things? I didn't see much until years later, but we all we always heard about things happening deeper below the site. They were building all of the new containment cells and research facilities. Then they built the incinerator. Originally, it was made so they could dispose the body of that sea monster from before, but then they just started using it for everything. At first, they was doing some invasive testing on enormous animals and on humans, and the vivisection began. The ethics committee tried to step in, but they were removed. They dragged the old chairman, Jeremiah Cameron, out into the commons at Site 17 and shot him in the head for being a traitor. Peter Greenwald became the new Foundation's UOC ethics head, and of course all the new tests were approved. I do not know what they were testing for, but if you were anomalous and you weren't found to have it, you went into the body pit. We kept hearing, it's for the greater good, it's for the protection of mankind. What we were supposed to do, speak out and end up like Cameron? Maybe for a braver man, but I knew the work I was doing was good. So I kept my head down and carried on. Then, well, it sounds so silly now. In 2010, we contained God. Not just any God either, the Abrahamic God, actual thunder and lightning. What? HWH. Fire and brimstone God. I don't know how they managed it. Some technology developed by the coalition. I'm sure that it was just the first. They found Site 13 the brim of everything that they could get their hands on. Well, that is a lot, I guess. The only other question I have immediately is, what happened to Site 13? Vera Hadley, doctor of internal medicine for some site in Italy. For a few years, she was the site chief biologist. The Security Council made her the assistant director of the anomalous biology. At the same time, was promoted to the same position for temporal studies. She and Elliot had been together, and she pretty adamantly opposed everything he was making up to do. Elliot kept his tail between his legs, but Manafort wouldn't have it. He had stripped her of her position after just 3 months and demoted to junior researcher after that. One night, after staging some of the kind of demonstration, some guards showed up and, well, they stripped her naked and inspected her for contraband right in the middle of the main corridor. When they were done and satisfied, they nearly beat her to death and left her there. Myself and a few other doctors took her to the medical center and she recovered, but she never really recovered. Something inside her had died, or had been replaced with something else. She did something, hatched some scheme. She sent me an email about it the night before she did it, but I didn't pay any attention when it happened. And when that thing attacked the site, Emerson came and begged me to turn on the thresher. It was supposed to be an absolute last-ditch effort to protect the world, a wholly untested piece of technology that was just likely to have burnt the world and saved it. Its entire existence was a sort of a joke, one that I might have taken too seriously at the time, but either way, I refused. Told him the risk was too great, that even if it worked, it was just creating a problem for another world. But he was inconsolable. He told me that staying and facing the Secretary General would be a fate worse than death. He pulled a gun on me, demanded I do it. I fled, went to gather my team in the hopes that we could escape, but before we could even leave our lab, it happened. Are you alright? Yes, the thresher was a complicated machine. I guess I should count myself lucky that we survived it all, but we may very well have been in that strange space between worlds for 1,000 years. When we awoke, we were still in Site 13, but the cells were thrown open and the inmates were loose. If he had not come down for us, we would have died. I'm certain of this. Do you know where Site 13 has gone? There's no way to predict it. Chances are it will be a place like this, but then it might not. It could be any number of strange, unknown worlds. You knew someone who was left within? I do. As do I. We were not the only survivors, though there were not many of us. They did not fare as well as we did. It is a tragedy, but there's nothing that can be done now. I only hope, I hope that after all this, Emerson has found some peace. He truly was a great doctor, and he was my friend. Of course, thank you for your time, Dr. Scott. We'll speak again soon. Wow. Now, I will say, is this the longest I ever spent reading an SCP? No. Because, I mean, in one go, perhaps, yes. In one go, yes. But, is this the longest SCP I ever read? Definitely not. Definitely not. But this was... I'm glad I didn't stream yesterday, because if I streamed yesterday and then streamed today and this came on, I would have been way too tired to do this. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get myself some water, and then we're gonna continue, because yeah, even though I just read for 3 hours and 40 minutes, we can still go on. just a smidge. Just a smidge.